Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
All right, everybody. All right. How is everybody doing out there today? Let's get some good old music playing in here. Fair use for educational purposes only, religious purposes only. Let's get it.
Sin problema, papi. Sabes que te cuido.
Lawya. Shalom.
Spotted you like a cheetah. I knew you was a keeper. That spirit underneath you. And plus you got the features. That line was on the creeper. I caught you like a zebra. Get in my ride and then I speed up. Cause I can't wait to meet up. Like you yell with your smiles, beautiful eyes. When I see you, take you dancing in the town. Round and round, I'm trying to keep up. I let you meet my people. Soul food, baby, eat up. You let me meet your people. Fiolas and fajitas. Tequila margarita. Got me feeling like I'm in a fiesta. But in a minute, I'ma need a siesta. Baby, love the most high, that's a blessing. Long as mommy ride or die, no stress. I love your mamacita. I love your mamacita. I love your mamacita. I love your mamacita. My loyal señorita. Stay loyal to your papi, and you forever got me. I pull up like a stock and she hop in, I drop the toppy. I love your mamacita. My loyal señorita. Look at the glow, look at the glow, look at the glow. Look at the go, look at the go, look at the go. Look at the soul, look at the soul, look at the soul. Look at the stroke, look at the stroke, look at the stroke.
Me acuerdo la primera vez que te vi. Enseguida supe que tú eras el indicado.
Love her operation, how she be operating. From the ring to the fragrance when she smiles so amazing. I love your mamacita, my loyal señorita. She be on the grind, don't waste no time. I build her up while she holding me down. The things you do with you become the way you move. They got nothing up on you, that's why I love my mama. I love your mamacita, I love your mamacita. I love your mamacita, I love your mamacita. I love your mamacita, my loyal señorita. Stay loyal to your papi, and you forever got me. I pull up like a stock and she hop in, I drop the toppy. I love your mamacita, my loyal señorita. Look at the glow, look at the glow, look at the glow. Look at the go, look at the go, look at the go. Look at the soul, look at the soul, look at the soul. Look at the stroke, look at the stroke, look at the stroke. I love your mamacita, my loyal señorita.
All right. We're going to leave it right there. Let's jump straight in. I am your host, Elder Rawchaa. We are back. You understand what I'm saying? Coming on a little bit earlier because, the work don't stop. We always got work to do. We always own it. We don't stop until Christ come back. That's just what it is. And that's how it's going to be. You know what I mean? And it's a blessing because, this work is so powerful, man. Y'all don't even know. I mean, it's not about telling people how they should live and what they should do. It's about being a light unto these people. It's about being a light. Nobody even going to listen to what you're saying if you're a hypocrite. Listen, you can't be a castaway or a hypocrite. I used to run the streets. Y'all don't know that. Listen, because I was a certain way consistent in the street life, not to brag. This is not the life to brag about in the world. But I'm saying the person who you are. Because I was consistent in that, my boys who I used to run the streets with, who then did prison time, who then did all type of stuff I can't speak up on here. You know what I mean? Some of them can't come home. Okay? And I pray the Most High can save their souls too. But they watch Elder Rawchaa now. And they see me continuing to be the same person. You know what they didn't see? What I love about Elder Rawchaa when I first came into this truth. Before we get into this. He told me, don't change that warrior spirit and who you are. When I went to the Christian church, and this is for the Christians, it's too Christian-y. It's like, no disrespect, but it's too like, I don't want to say feminine, but it's some Caesar Borgia, white Jesus, blue eye type of thing on it. We men of the Most High, all the men of the Most High was warriors. So when Elder told me to come in and he named me Warrior Lion, it was still the same thing. I still could be a man and then had to be rolling around weak crying all day because I got to rise the children of Israel, just like the rest of the brothers and sisters. And when my boys who, you know, doing what they do, when they see the same thing that I saw in Elder, that you could be a man and you can raise up your people like a warrior, I mean, it's crazy because you would look like, man, they still doing this crazy stuff, but then in time, they watching you how consistent, you know, your life is going, what you're doing, your children, your family, and how it's waking up the people, because there's nothing else out there. It's just a desert and people looking for their drink of water. Let me tell you something. You know, my boy hit me up telling me he watching the lessons, and he's like, man, you've been like this since way back when. He said, that's why I can listen to you, what you're saying. This is what the people, when they was coming to Christ, was talking about. So let me tell you, I brought this lesson out today because it seems we still deal with the issue within, and I'm talking specifically about with Judah, Benjamin, and Levi for the most part. So we got to continue to work on a lot of these things that may seem repetitive from time to time, but guess what? Whatever needs attention is what needs the focus. Christ said, physicians are for those who are sick. If the whole world is waiting on Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, especially Judah, heading it, we got to focus on this. We got to focus on this. That's just what it is. The whole world is attacking them, and, you know, we can't blame them. We can't blame our people because they don't know. Now, at the same time, there's a lot of ignorance out there. A lot of our people going to fall, guys. But we at least got to try to be examples and save the ones, man, like who need that saving. It's the pre-saving before Christ comes and truly saves us all. We're being taken advantage of on all sides. No one even knows what family is or cares to. I mean, I can leave a comment on social media. Not that it matters, but sometimes I'll do it just to throw a little hook in the water, whether it has bait on it or not, just to see. Sometimes I'll throw a hook in the water without bait on it, just to see where our people's minds are. The women and the men all over the place. I mean, some dude cursed me out so bad the other day online. I don't know this person, so I blocked him. And I'm just like, why? I made a post. I said, a comment. I said, why do we down each other so much? Not that they care. I'm just seeing what's out there. You got a dude talking as if he's right in front of me, as if he's ready to throw the hands on me. And it's because some pretty girl left the post that he might like. And then she's like, oh, it's just a joke. I blocked both of their behinds. Both of their donkeys. Y'all some vagabonds. Get up out of here. When you want this truth and you want to change, then holler at me. Then I leave a post on something else, and I'm like, hey, Disney is involved with a lot of other things. Oh, but the children don't know that, so it's okay for them to watch it, right? Let me tell you, our people are far gone. Our people are far gone, man. It's really scary that our people don't even care. They don't even care. But we still drop the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding just in case for a second they can hop out of the sleep and see something that has something different than what this world has to offer. I'm going to tell you right now, man. But it's okay because we can't doubt our people. We can't look down on them. And tonight I wanted to bring this lesson out because I left a post on Facebook because it seems like we keep falling. Our sisters, man, they keep falling into the damnation of curiosity. The same thing that Eve fell from. And this lesson is not about sisters, it's about brothers and sisters. But it's to dovetail off of the last lesson, because I remember a sister who had a comment about it's one-sided. It's not one-sided. It's called, hey, somebody has to tell our sisters the truth, because if they don't, you'll just be left out there alone. So you rather not tell you the truth and just speak about the brothers? We speak about the brothers. Guess what? Our forefathers fell from the laws. We are the leaders. We are the heads and they are the tails. Our forefathers fell from the law, statutes, and commandments. Whatever we do, our sisters are going to do. Right? To a certain degree. But also Eve was curious in the garden, which caused the whole fall of humanity. And we are responsible as well, because we still followed her. So we're going to take, you understand, not that it's a good thing, responsibility for, our mistakes as men, because we are the leaders. But somebody have to tell our sisters that right now, y'all, they coming for y'all, because don't forget, they were putting you on a pedestal, but they getting ready to do a big rug pull that's already actually happening now. The rug pull is already happening. So when we speak about it, don't forget, we're never speaking about righteous sisters. Why would we speak against the righteous women? We must speak about what we see in reality. You can't have a demon in you and you be like, it's not a demon, it's a teddy bear. You're all right. No, I got to call it a demon for it to manifest, to come out. Whether you like it or not, we're not here to be liked. If Elijah was here to be liked, he would have told Jezebel everything she wanted to hear. Let me tell you, it wasn't about that. See? So, let me tell you, we're not worried about blaming anybody. We're putting the word out, and for those who have ears to hear, so be it. For those who don't, it's all good. We're not mad because somebody disagrees. That don't bother me if somebody disagrees, guys. Right? Let me tell you, regardless of what people think, Christ died for people who didn't care for him. He still did it. That's how much he loved the people. So we're going to talk about a little bit of those things. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of garlic powder, a little paprika, and I'm talking about a little sea salt up on this thing tonight. Right? I know y'all hear that rain coming down. It's all good. It's just been raining off and on, but we're about to get it in. But first I want to go into our Hebrew and Bible Academy. I believe it's coming out September 7th. Okay? September 7th, we have our Hebrew and Bible Academy. Go ahead and join. Any biblical questions that you need to have answered, they will be answered in this Hebrew and Bible Academy. If you're new, if you're a Christian, if you're lost, if you call yourself an atheist, whatever you want to call yourself, Muslim, let me tell you, we're going to teach you about this Bible and your religion and the religions of the world. Okay? We have guests on there also who's going to teach you about health, how to eat, how to stay fit, healthy, whatever the case may be. We have other things to help to entertain you, for you sacrificing your time for the Most High. It's benefits from sacrificing your time with the Most High. It's benefits from that. It's benefits from putting in for the work that continues to grow. Let me tell you guys, you don't know, I'm talking to pastors all the time. I talk to pastors all the time. And when they hear the size of our congregations worldwide, and I'm like, listen, we started about, 20-something people. You know what I mean? Guess what? And I tell them where the ministry is now, not to brag. It's just like, they be like, whoa. They be like, that's a good problem to have. But see, they thinking about money. I'm thinking about souls. You see what I'm saying? But they're shocked, like, what? Oh, yeah, baby. Let me tell you, the Israelites, maybe everybody's not speaking about it in a positive note, but the Israelites, especially those who teach the true gospel of Christ, that salvation is of the Jews in the Israelites, which are the Negroes and the so-called Hispanics and Native Indians, but also that the Gentiles like white, Japhetic people or Asians, the Hamite people who live in parts of Africa, North Africa and all that, the East Indians, whatever, that they can all get into the kingdom of God. They can all repent for their sins and be saved. We teach that too. Okay? Man, how powerful is this truth? We don't have a lot of time. We are in the last days. So powerful, right? So you can learn about all of the details if you just come to historytimes.org, okay? It's a 3-month online Hebrew and Bible and history course, okay? And I'll just jump into some of the things that, you know, they'll be speaking about here. Let me see that they have them in here. Yeah, the Academy's lessons right here. If you could take a look right here in the middle and focus. Creation, the origin of the spirit realm. A lot of questions when you're in high school, middle school about these things that they just kind of toss you to and fro to every wind of doctrine and theologies and their theories or whatever the case may be. Let me tell you something. When you join this class, you can make your own decision after that which way you want to go. But why take a chance? Why not take a chance and learn? If you study religion, you study not only yours but other people's religions. But this, what we're doing, is not a religion. So you're probably like, it's not a religion. You guys always say it's a bloodline. Well, come and find out about it. Okay? Not only that, you can taste a little bit through the week, like today, Tuesday night, Wednesday night on our other main channel, A Gathering 144. Then Thursday night back on this channel, G.O.C.C. Media is what you type in. Then we come back on Friday, okay, on A Gathering 144 on our Patreon. Then we have the Sabbath lesson on Saturday. So sometimes on Friday you have a lesson on Patreon, then you have one later night with Elder Rawchaa from Dallas. And then on Sunday we come back around to this to make sure that the people are getting fed. Because a lot of people drive trucks. A lot of people are working. They have to put their headphones in just to be able to get the word. Like the Most High told David, like he told Joshua, let this word not depart from thy mouth, day or night. So we try to make sure our people's minds is focused on this instead of everything that the world is trying to instill in their hearts or minds. Okay? Shalom, everybody out there. Make sure that you hit that like button. Tracing the serpent's seed and who it is in the earth, the sons of perdition, how Lucifer became the chief Satan. Okay? How Lucifer became the chief Satan, how he's actually deceiving the whole world with his snares and his tactics and using music and entertainment as a big part of it. Christ and the keys to spiritual warfare. Everyone can do physical warfare, but who understands how to tackle and take this empire down through spiritual warfare? Okay? Let me tell you, you have to be taught over. You have to learn again. Wean from the milk. These are the people who can actually be taught. If you know it all already, this is not the place for you. You got to be like a babe. Okay? Learn again. The craft. The priesthood of Satan versus the priesthood of God. All right? You'll be happy to know that if you're with your warlock, you can't stand against the kingdom of God. Against the kingdom of Christ. Just like in the book of Acts, guess what? Just like Baal, and you understand, Balaam, you can't stand against the prophets of the Most High. You can't. All of the sorcerers and the charmers that they had to use when we fought against Amalek and all that, let me tell you, after Christ died, went to hell and took the keys from Hades. All demons are under his power and control, as they were in the beginning. See? So we don't have to, like the Testament of Solomon, call on angels' names to take out demons because a person wants to study and feel like they're deep because they're reading a book that's not necessarily in the Bible. Extra biblical text. Directly, very simple through Christ, knowing that our people would be in captivity and have no clue what an Israelite is, who any ites is in the Bible. See? AI technology and the mark of the beast. We are here now. You definitely want to hear what's going on and all of the new updates that continue to happen as time comes, because boy, are we here. We are in the last Jubilee, or 50 years. Which part of that? Hey, we'll be able to see. We'll be able to see. We know the Bible says that there's a prophecy about 3.5 years when it comes to transitioning into this new one world digital currency. We speak about all of this and more. Learning about the Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew, okay? God's language, not the Yiddish. There's nothing wrong with speaking Yiddish, but there's no vowels in Hebrew, okay? So you learn about that, you learn about, and you can hear about world news that we cannot speak on YouTube, all right? For my listeners who are always your regulars, thank you for your time and your patience as we bring out these announcements for the newbies or for those who have been in our church and just may have missed it, okay? Just like Esau is repetitive in his marketing, in his pharmaceuticals and things that hurt the earth, think not that we would not do the opposite for the good of the Most High's will in our people. All right? So, anyway, let's jump into the lesson. Now, you probably heard that music earlier. I Love You, Mamacita. Lion and King is the artist. I'm Lion. My brother, Deacon Malak, is King. Very old track, still relevant. Brother Dominique out there in the UK and Europe. I thank the brother because his wife was featured on that song. You understand? It was a powerful song, man. So I'm gonna still shoot that video soon, but it was talking about meeting a woman of Christ, meeting a woman of the Most High. Right? Yeah. Shorty love the Most High, that's a blessing. Long as mommy ride or die, no stressing. And we're gonna be talking about that tonight. How to find that one. Everybody has a question. How do I find that one? Well, guess what? I had to bring this out because I'm like, listen, if it ain't our mamas, our aunties, our grandmas, I'm not blaming them. This is not a blame thing. Brothers not knowing, how do we find the right one, Elder? We're always talking about it and people still don't get it. Actively right now, people still don't get it. Now you might say, well, we're waking up and we're getting it. That doesn't mean every relationship is perfect. And I'm not saying it's going to be. I'm just telling you, like, listen, we're going to have to be examples to the earth. It's going to take humility and submission to the Father on both sides. We have a great responsibility. To whom much is given, much is required. Deuteronomy 7:6, for thou art a holy people. We don't have time to be looking at each other, blaming each other. We have to be an example and a light to the world. People and our sisters still are asking, why can't I find a good man? And our brothers are like, there's no good women out there. I need to be a passport, bro. And let me tell you, we circle these conversations over and over. As a matter of fact, we talk about them even in the academy. We circle these conversations, and you know, I have to say, I can't blame the people for what they wouldn't know. We're just going to fix it where we are. Teach from where we are, what the Bible said. According to Scripture, how to find that perfect one. Not from my opinion, not from the elder's opinion, but it's a big distraction in there. You know, let me tell you, if we were not teaching this, guys, if we were not teaching this, the world would just go on as it is with no interjection of righteous judgment or guidance to our community. And the community is the kingdom of God that continues to suffer at this moment. We are at war, and we've been at war for the last 20 plus years. Since Christ passed, the kingdom of heaven has been at war. Since the time of 70 AD, where we ran from Roman persecution into different parts of Africa, some of us into Europe, eventually into the Americas, right? Different parts of the Americas, South America, Hawaii, all these different places, the Philippines, all these islands, Canada. The children of Israel are spread into the four corners of the earth, still suffering from the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28. Because our forefathers could not keep the agreement, therefore we will be under a foolish nation. We would not have so-called wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We are so intelligent as a people. I can tell you something. when we focus. Let me tell you, when a black man focuses on something, people find out, like, how did he do it? What they call genius just naturally on us, because our God had wisdom rest on us. When you read in the Sirach and you read in the Wisdom of Solomon, but we're so focused on, we have to prioritize our focus on how to get out of captivity right now. Imagine a people who were not in captivity, whose minds could just focus on continuing to better the earth. If we were just staying in our land and we had the same minds like we have now, with no ignorance, already knowing the heirloom, right? The genetic heirloom, powerful DNA of our forefathers of gardening, homesteading, you understand, raising animals or whatever the case may be, engineering, science, mathematics. We would just the earth would just continue to evolve through the Most High's wisdom. We wouldn't have to waste time on how to get out of captivity and how to put a meal on the table. So we're so distracted with where is the next meal coming from, simultaneously arguing, letting Satan divide the family because we don't know who we are. We don't know what an Israelite is. They're not teaching that in the Christian church, to the point to where the LGBT is just slowly sliding up in the church, to the point to where the men are slowly losing numbers when it comes to men of war, because all of them are turning to LGBT. Let me tell you, and our sisters, through their curiosity of what Esau is really talking about, bit the fruit again, the same fruit, just in a different way. That women can be men and men can be women and all of this stuff. So you're allowing their sons and their children to go through all these different things, thinking that Esau is going to take care of them forever. They can do what they want to do on this side of the earth, that is, not the other side of the earth. The other side of the earth is still operating according to the old ways, when it comes to the head being the man and the woman being under that man. But the most talented, let me tell you, powerful people in the world are at the bottom. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense, people? This is the talk every day. I don't need a man. He ain't no good. I can't find a woman. She ain't no good. And the kids are just scattered. It's like roaming 40 years in the wilderness. You go back to your mama house, there's no man around. Go back to grandmama house, ain't no man around. Same thing I just said. Guys, this is a phenomenon here. Because when you travel the other earth, you see families together. Family is important. How can the most talented, most powerful people not have what the most foolish people in the world have? Family. Are we that arrogant? Do we hate each other that much? You don't want the children to grow up and see mommy and daddy together loving each other? Goodness gracious. We have to educate our houses again on the biblical laws that our God have given us, that our forefathers fell away from. This is the only thing that's going to save our people. We have to truly care about it. No, let me tell you. So we're going to talk about it. Let me get my notes here. Okay? How to find that one according to scriptures. All right? So, a lot of women are still deceived that, and you can't hate it, they want to find a good man. So they'll go through all of these things, their home girls, these so-called examples of women tell them what to do, and they come at the end and they end up short. They end up empty. Another woman's version of a good man doesn't mean he's good for you, my sister. But the key thing is, nowhere in scripture did it say that a woman should find anything. Only thing she needed to do was follow her father and mother. And if she learned from them and learned how to keep the house, a man would find her. We're gonna show you according to scriptures. And we're gonna show the young men or old who may have not learned Because the fathers are not in the house for whatever reason. There's so many different reasons why, but it's according to Deuteronomy that the Most High said it would happen. The fathers are not around, so the young men don't know how to choose the right women because their father, they're not in the household with a father and mother who would say, hey son, we're going to go and find you a wife. You're going to do this so you can find you a good wife, like the scripture says. See? So, let's see what I want to go into first. Let me go into Proverbs. And we're going to go into some extra biblical text today. If you want to get it, the book of Jasher. We will go into the testament of Reuben and the testament of Judah. You've heard some of these scriptures before if you've been around, but let the Holy Spirit continue to speak to you manifold and to continue to evolve and learn and grow with your family, because you don't know. That's the core, the foundation of everything when it comes to the image of the Most High and how we can actually win this war. I'm listening today about Snoop Dogg say something on a post about how to a certain degree he disagrees with some LGBT stuff, but then in the same breath, a person asks, well, how can you say that if you have these things in your video? Right? So let me tell you, we as a nation, it's like we want a family, but then we also want the world. We have to choose which one we want. Let's go to Proverbs 18 and 22. Proverbs 18 and 22. And I'll give you some examples of what's going on in the world through a few videos, viral videos that's as usual on the internet of what type of women or men not to pick. Well, obviously women can't pick any man, so let me retract that statement there. Okay? Proverbs chapter 18. Shalom, Elder Dell. I really appreciate you, sir. All right. Proverbs 18. Through desire, a man having separated himself. What did I say? Hold up. Let me see. Let me go down because I said that we were going to go. 1 second. I apologize about that. 1 second. All right, come on through. Let me get that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll put that right there. Sorry, guys. I got to get my tea. I had to get my beautiful tea. 1 second. Proverbs 18 and 22. That's where we were. I had lost it. There we go. This is what I wanted. I apologize. Here we go. Let's go to Proverbs 18 and 22. It's right here. It says, whoso findeth a wife, findeth a good thing. First, let's stop right here. It didn't say nothing against my sisters. Why would I be against the sisters if I have a wife? If I have daughters? If I have a mom? We're not against women. We're not against anybody. All we're trying to do is be messengers, like Christ told us to do. Christ woke up Mary Magdalene. If he told Mary Magdalene, keep doing what you're doing, that's not real love. He counted out the hypocrites of the men. He spoke against the men who were hypocrites and said, he who was without sin cast the first stone. And he rescued the woman who was a harlot. He had to recognize her as what she was. He couldn't say, oh, you're not a harlot and you can repent and turn away. No, you have to call it for what it is. But let me tell you, even though she was that, she became solid, wise, and loyal through his love for her. So if you can't take the truth, you won't be set free, like he said. Let's go back to it. Whoso findeth a wife, findeth a good thing. Meaning, a man who finds a wife, he has something very good. But what type of wife should he find? A good one. Why would the Most High have pride in a man finding a harlot? We're going to speak about how he's not talking about a harlot and how women can't bring up their own definition of what a good woman is. It's not what you think it is in your mind. We're going to show according to scriptures what it is. You can't say, well, I only wear this because this. You can't make up that. We're just going to show you according to scriptures. If any man speak or woman, let it be from the oracles of God, believing on the scriptures as it is written. This is not, bad attire I have. Listen, they're going to keep on coming up with excuses because, like it says in Sirach, right? An evil person will not be corrected. They find excuse according to their will or what they want to do. So we're not even worrying about people who just want to debate. This is for those who truly didn't know, or they did know and say, you know what, I was wrong, I want to repent and get better. Let's get it. Whoso findeth a wife. Did you hear it say a woman finding a husband? Nope. That's the first place we want to start here. And obtaineth favor of the Lord. Okay. You find a good wife, not a bad one. Not because she's so-called pretty. See, it's a lot of women who would deceive that because they're pretty, they're valuable. We want pretty, fine things. Who look, who look good, of course. But let me tell you, if it's up to that and me having a miserable life, I will pick something what according to the world may seem to be not on the same level of you, but really on a better level. Because if the spirit comes first, and this is just a vehicle. This person who I choose, they're going to get an everlasting, beautiful body anyway. So it's going to compass what you've ever had anyway. So we need to humble you because God told us to. God resists the pride and gives grace to the humble. So the gracious woman is going to get, the humble woman is going to get the grace. So don't let the world steal your crown, my sisters. Steal your gift that a godly man can come to you, because these men these days, they will surpass all beauty. They will surpass all beauty and booty. The origin of the word booty is when you take women captive. You take treasures, you take spoil, and you take booty. Booty just means all of the spoil. And now our women have a nickname because they were naturally having certain aesthetics of the outward appearance. So when you hear the word booty and it's all in society, they don't know the origin means you're spoiled. You're for the spoil. You're for the enemy. You're for the white man. If you decide to be. If you think it's all about booty, you are for your captors. It's good you have it, but check it out. Look how it's broadcast, and you don't know that that's a word that comes from warfare. Okay? A woman of God is under the men of God. No other way around it. There's no in-betweens. Okay? So, once again, we showed that just really quick. So we already started out with, to educate our sisters, women don't find men, men find women. I think that's where we're making a lot of mistakes. Women are going out to the clubs with their homegirls. Ooh, girl, I'm about to go find me some niggas. Don't act like you don't know what I'm saying. It's true. Excuse my language, but it's the truth. Huh? Don't act like you wasn't with your homegirls in the past with your short skirts where your crack was showing, and you got to keep pulling the dress down so your front area don't show. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. But Christ is a good man because he allowed you to repent from your sins and be turned away. But don't act like you don't know what I'm saying. When you get in the truth and then your daughter grows up and you forget everything that you went through and that our people are still going through. And guess what? Yeah, we was young men. We didn't know. You got the young women who going to the club and don't know, and the young men. The devil have ensnared us both through broken homes. A man, he's not going to the club to find a wife, but in the back of his head, she probably could be. Him not knowing, brother, that ain't no wife. Y'all just going to the club to find somebody for the outward appearance to lay down, and then your hand is forced through government because a baby may come out, or now a woman or you, if you're in agreement, is going to sacrifice a child to Moloch because we can't have a baby. You see all of the traps and the snares? And liquor is involved and all that? Going to the club and finding women have nothing to do with marriage. Marriage is not found at any place of sin. Any place of sin, guys. So whether you're 50 years old, 55, going to the club, if you're going there to find a husband or wife, you're going to find the devil. I don't care what you say, what you think. And if you've done it and y'all still in the truth, you got blessed. But a lot of marriages are still going through it because that's how they got together. They wasn't considered, I mean, they didn't really come together for marriage, so they don't know why they don't like each other. So they still trying to find out why they can't stand each other. Guess what? Because you went to the club to fornicate. Whether you knew it or not, whether you had good intentions or not, no one taught you. All you have to do is place yourself back at where you're supposed to be and start from there. As long as you agree, I'm going to stay in the place of a woman and I'm going to stay in the place of a man. All the rest don't matter. All the blaming, it's a waste of time. We be blaming each other forever. All right? So we started there. Okay? And I'm going to show you at the end what type of women is out there. We already know. Nothing shocking. But what broken homes have led to. Okay? Let me give you a quick example on this type of woman. Let's quickly go to the book of Jasher. Let me see. Let me see here. I have to just make sure I got the right. You know what? It'll give me. Will it give me exactly what I'm looking for? Like the actual verse? Or am I going to have to scroll down? Okay, I got it. Let's go to, let me see. This is Jasher, I think 24. Let me make sure I tell you guys right in case you're following along in your book. Y'all give me one moment. I want to see if I probably jotted down the wrong. Okay, but I should have it here. Let's see. Okay, it's 21. It's 21. Jasher, the chapter 21 and 20. We'll go to 20. Sorry about that. Alrighty. So, and God gave Ishmael, I don't know why this looks a little small for me, but I'll read it from here. And God gave Ishmael flocks and herds and tents on account of Abraham, his father. So remember, God gave Ishmael, he had a son through the Egyptian. If you're Christian or you're new and you don't know that, he had Ishmael first through the bondwoman, but that was not according to the promise that he would get the promise of ruling the kingdom. These are the modern day Ishmaelites or Arabs today. And the Arabs are originally dark. They're not the ones who have these big noses. These are Amalekite Roman mix with these new Arabs. No disrespect. I'm just saying no disrespect. That's the only way I can identify them when I was over there. They have a longer nose and their eyes. You know, I don't want to condescend, but I've seen original Arabs, okay? And they kind of look very similar to brothers. So anyway, okay, let's get it. Verse 20 says, and God gave Ishmael flocks and herds and tents on account of Abraham, his father. Okay, so he got blessed according to his father's deeds. And the man increased in cattle from his father's deeds. And Ishmael dwelt in deserts and in tents, because that's what Arabs are known for, traveling and resting for a long time, and did not see the face of his father. So he hadn't seen his father in a while. And in some time after, Abraham said to Sarah his wife, I will go and see my son Ishmael, for I have a desire to see him, for I have not seen him for a long time. Because Isaac was living with Abraham, okay? And Abraham rode upon one of his camels to the wilderness to seek his son Ishmael, for he heard that he was dwelling in a tent in the wilderness with all belonging to him. And Abraham went to the wilderness and reached the tent of Ishmael about noon. And he asked after Ishmael, and he found the wife of Ishmael. Regardless if he was not the child of promise, the custom of the world was still the order of God. And don't forget, Ishmael grew up in Abraham's house, so he would know the laws of God still. Okay? Now, he knew the laws of God outside of just having a promise. Straight up. And Abraham asked the wife of Ishmael, saying, wait, hold up, I skipped. Let me see. Okay, no, I'm there. And Abraham asked the wife of Ishmael, saying, where has Ishmael gone? And she said, he has gone to the field to hunt. So he's going out to work for food like every man does. And you know, I'm going to relate it to how it goes. Men wake up every morning. Sometimes you'll have a wife who is even blessed to be at home with the children. Let's just give an example. If the wife is working at home with the children, modern day, she may be on the phone, wasting time, playing around, and not handling her business. She's talking to her homegirls. She knows the time where he gonna pull up, so she starts rushing to wash the clothes, to cook the dinner, to do everything she's supposed to do with the children. This may seem far-fetched to you, but this happens every day in a lot of households. But then now, modern day in captivity, we have women going out to work too. So obviously, you guys have to have a balance according to what the man says and what you guys agree to. But obviously, the man is going to have that last word. But check it out. And Abraham was still mounted upon the camel, for he would not get off to the ground, as he had sworn to his wife Sarah that he would not get off for the camel, because obviously it was a long route. So just like you go to some of your in-laws' house, you're like, well, I'm not coming to stay too long. I got to return back because it's a long journey. Okay? All right. Abraham said to Ishmael's wife, my daughter, give me a little water that I may drink. This is his daughter-in-law, right? For I am fatigued from the journey. Abraham like, hold up, I'm not a camel. I need a little water. This camel can go longer without water than me. Can I get a little water if possible? And Ishmael's wife answered and said to Abraham, we have neither water nor bread. Like, we don't got no water. We don't have any bread. And she continued sitting in the tent and did not notice Abraham. Neither did she ask him who he was. Okay, that's one thing. You may not know who it is. You understand? But usually the custom in the past, hey, somebody's traveling, they're looking for a little water, you would give them water, whatever the case may be. That's one thing, okay. But let's see what else is going on with the baby mama drama type thing. Okay? But she was beating her children in the tent. And she was cursing them. I can't stand you. You're just like your damn daddy. And we know Ishmael is a wild man. I get it, but the whole deal is, that's who you chose to lay down with. You chose to lay down with a wild man. You see what I'm saying? And hey, that's what it is. This is what be going on in the households today. I showed you some videos last week where the mothers were saying they hate the kids. But they didn't hate when they were laying down. The same man who you lay down with, he gonna make the same type of children. I'm just telling you the truth. So now all of a sudden when responsibility comes, see, responsibility to lay down, you have to agree to it. Obviously, unless you're forced, but you have to agree to it if you're gonna marry. But right after marriage, oh, I don't know if I want this life. You remember the young lady I showed you last time? She had a perfect life. Her life was so perfect. It was too surreal for her. It wasn't, you know why? It wasn't about her. She don't even know why she's born as a female. You don't know that you're born as a female to serve man? That's why women came to the earth. The devil have deceived our sisters into it's about them, and he got to have for me and serve for me. Of course, in the old customs, a man's going to take care of his woman and his children. So if you choose to be with a man who is sorry, that's on you. But a man is supposed to find a woman. So we have to reteach that. If a man finds you, I get it, he has to have money. But not money just to spend on you to go shopping. Meaning he's going to take care of you and love you after your family, and he's going to be a man of God. We need to add that part in there. Just having money is not going to save your soul. You see what I'm saying? So she beating the kids. Don't they remind you of the day? Lord have mercy. And so if you're an Israelite, you ain't no different than this woman right here. Oh, I'm an Israelite. I would never. Oh, you have. You can't say you never. You're doing the same thing Ishmael's wife was doing. And we're supposed to be a holy people. So it's all good, though. If you didn't know, it's all good. But for those who got pride, let me drop your pride real quick. You ain't no different than Ishmael's wife right here. So she cursing Ishmael out. Cursed her husband. Damn you, Ishmael. And that was the real curse words back then. It wasn't just talking about nothing else. See, the F word is a curse word. Damn you is a curse word. This is talking about they wish people go to hell. These are curse words. You got profanity and you have curse words. Curse words mean you wish something bad on someone. Forget you. You know, all this stuff. So she was cursing him. Praying against the brother. And reproached him. So she's reproaching Ishmael and he's not even home. In front of this stranger. And Abraham heard the words of Ishmael's wife to her children, and he was very angry and displeased. And Abram called the woman out to him from the tent. And the woman came and stood opposite to Abraham, for Abraham was still mounted upon the camel. And Abraham said to Ishmael's wife, when thy husband Ishmael returneth home, say these words to him. A very old man from the land of the Philistines came hither to seek thee. And thus was his appearance and figure. I did not ask him who he was. And seeing thou was not here, he spoke unto me and said, when Ishmael thy husband returneth, tell him thus, did this man say, when thou comest home, put away this nail from the tent which thou hast placed here, and place another nail in his stead. So, this is not one of those things, you see, that you can just continue to deal with what Christ was talking about. You had men putting away their wives for divorce because sometimes men were very carnal, looking for an excuse to put away their wife because they want to get with another beautiful woman. All right? They were just getting with women, not doing research, seeing if this is a good woman. You're just getting with this girl, and you don't know if she could be a total headache. And then you go to ask Moses for a divorce, and you just keep doing it and keep doing it. After a while, brother, you're going to be the one looking bad. You coming to Moses for all of these counsels, and we deal with the same thing Moses was dealing with before. That's why we put things in place with courtship and all that. Like, hold up, you got to get to know this woman. You telling me this woman is good, but you really want to hit it. And you want to find a way out. Our people been doing this for a long time. We've been doing this for a long time. And this is why our God let us go and said we had to come back through Christ. This is why. Men, after war, a lot of times will get them a woman, make them a wife or whatever the case may be. But you can't just get a wife just because she look good. It's lawful, but it's not. It may not be the right thing for you to do. So in our church, we put together, some rules and regulation. What we bound on earth shall be bound in heaven. that you get to know this woman, her parents and her family, and vice versa. She just like you, and not just want to get together because you're cute, because then you'll just get in the puppy love phase and want to lay down with each other but don't want to continue. And then you'll find a reason to keep getting rid of these women, but really the problem is you, brother. She could be a bad woman too, but you're thinking with the wrong head. You're thinking with the three-headed monster, and when you think with the three-headed monster, you're going to get a monster. How do we know? A wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man. So in your heart is where your treasure is. If your treasure is fornication in your mind, you're going to continue to deal with harlots. And my sister, if your treasure is fornication, you will never find a man of God, because guess what? You did not come to serve the Lord. You came through the same spirit of Eve, through curiosity. Curiosity ruined the whole earth. So it ain't one-sided. It's Deuteronomy 7:6. We have responsibility, for thou art a holy people. See? So let me see if I can go down here. Let's see. Verse 34. He came back with his mother from the hunt. Let's go to verse 34. A very old man from the land of the Philistines came to seek thee. Wait, let's just jump to 35 because we got a lot. And Ishmael heard the words of his wife, and he knew that it was his father, and that his wife did not honor him. She did not have hospitality like some of the women I'm going to show you. And Ishmael understood his father's words that he had spoken to his wife, and Ishmael hearkened to the voice of his father, because you have to honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days be long upon the land. Okay? And Ishmael cast off that woman, and she went away. Okay? And Ishmael afterward went to Canaan, and he took another wife, and he brought her to his tent in the place where he dwelt. Right? And at the end of 3 years, Abraham said, I will go again to see Ishmael my son, for I have not seen him in a long time. And he rode upon his camel and went to the wilderness, and he reached the tent of Ishmael noon. And he asked Ishmael, and his wife came out of the tent, and she said, he is not here, my lord, for he has gone to hunt in the field, going to work again like he always did, and to feed the camels. And the woman said to Abraham, turn in, my lord, into the tent, and eat a morsel of bread, for thy soul must be wearied on account of the journey. Now look at these two different types of women. A woman shall be the keeper of home. So this woman was making it more about herself. She's mad she had to stay home with the kids, like the modern day, some of the modern day women who's complaining. I've been here with these kids all day and you've been gone. I'm the one got to sit here and deal with these kids. I'm the one had your kids for 9 months and all of this. These my kids. It's not your kids unless you're with him. That's just the truth about it. He put a seed in you that you have to carry. You didn't make anything. A seed don't just arrive in here. So you didn't really create anything. One, don't forget, you were created by man from God, who is a man. And then a seed is put in your pouch. All right? That you nurture like the earth, and it comes out. Stop saying, this my baby. You know how the demons come out of these women? This my kid. This my kids. And the man is sitting there like, what is this? What is wrong with this woman? She don't understand that I made these babies. These are your kids, as long as you dwell with me accordingly. But it's so bad now to where now men are being raised by women. So now you got this on both sides. And I'm not here to beat around the bush or try to be politically correct so I can satisfy women. No, it is on both sides right now. Let me tell you, I'm going to go through it. I don't want to put the cart before the horse. So I just wanted to drop that really quick. And I'm going to show you some similarities in some of the other women who were picked for our forefathers. As a matter of fact, Genesis 24. Genesis 24. 1 second. Okay. Genesis 24:10. Let's start there. Find a similar good trait of a woman. So if you're a sister and you don't know how you should be, this is your education today. We showed you how Ishmael got to the point where he had to put this wife away because she didn't honor family. She didn't honor the image of the Most High, who was the promise of the whole earth. Abraham was one of the most important men on the earth. How are you not going to honor Abraham? You just think Abraham just some another Negro around the block. You messed up. You hear me tell you, he like, nah, you can't bring this girl around me no more. If you want to come around me, that girl, she out of there too. Period. Or if you coming around, it's going to be you. See? But Ishmael probably didn't go to, show his father that wife in the beginning. You got to make sure that the family is together in to a certain degree. It's rough right now because a lot of our family members are in the world. They don't agree with a lot of your beliefs and stuff. So I get it. But you try your best to honor the families first as well. It's just if you can do that, it's a blessing. If not, I understand. But, right? So, because you're not just joining husband and wife, you're joining families, okay? So we're at Genesis 24:10. And the servant took 10 camels of the camels of his master were in his hand. Oh, excuse me. I skipped that. And the servants took 10 camels of the camels of his master and departed, for all of the goods were of his master were in his hand. And he arose and went to Mesopotamia unto the city of Nahor. And he made his camels to kneel down without the city by a well, without means outside, of water at the time of evening. So he arrived there by evening, even the time that women go to draw water. So the Most High really is the one who sent him on this mission. When we read the scripture at first, he who findeth the wife findeth the good thing. If you pray to the Lord for a wife, he will more than likely, through your angel of the presence and the Holy Spirit, make sure that you get the right wife because you're seeking to do his will. Just like our forefathers did right here. Check it out. Family was involved in the community in helping to make sure that we continue to establish righteous generations. They were just not going to just let Isaac go to the Canaanites, even though Isaac was good, to think that he can change one of the Canaanite women. Oh, she bad, man. I can change her and make her follow into this truth like a lot of us do. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's very chancy, especially what's going on today. You have to ask a lot of questions, even to the point you got to make sure their medical is okay. It's HIV going around here from what people put in them in 2020 and all that. See what I'm saying? And if you don't believe it, people are coming up with stillborn children. I know this personally. I know this personally from people who put this in there. Trust me what I'm saying. I know this personally. People are at all-time high HIV. So you can't just get anybody. You have to know who you're dealing with. Okay? Let's continue to read. So the women came out to draw water. So you know this was perfect timing from the Most High. Verse 14 says, and let it come to pass that the damsel whom I shall say, let down the pitcher, I pray thee, that I may drink. And she shall say, drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. Let the same be she that thou hast appointed for thy servant Isaac. A lot of you may not think that this type of stuff happens as it's not true. I do it all the time. I was talking to my wife about this not too long ago. I was doing something and a thought came to my mind because I had to speak to the Most High about something. I'm like, you know what? If this happens, it's going to be for this reason. I'll go back and tell my wife what I asked the Most High about, which I saw happen from what I just instantly prayed about 3 minutes before it happens. Let me tell you, when you're on the path of the Most High and you're in this, worshiping the Most High with all your soul and your might, it's things like this that happens on the regular. I used to be in Egypt, and I used to be like, Elder Rawchaa is going to call me. The thought would just come to my head. Boom, I get in the call. And this happened more than 3 times. I wouldn't speak to him for like a whole year, and the voice would tell me he's about to call. He called instantly. And I would ask Ramar and Uriah, I'm like, this happened to y'all? They're like, yeah, these type of things happen. So don't think what you're reading is just some fabrication. This is true. So this brother, he was already led here to find Isaac a wife from Abraham. Then he said how he's going to know if this is the one according to the Most High is from what he said. The woman who does this is going to be the one. The Most High has his angel of the presence there. So they already knew the timing of everything before it happens to do exactly what the Most High wants. I'm not just telling y'all some lies. I'm telling y'all the truth, guys. I'm telling y'all the truth. So, what are we noticing here? We're going to see. Very similar to Ishmael's new wife. Let's see. Let the same be she that thou hast appointed for thy servant Isaac. And thereby shall I know that thou hast showed kindness unto thy master. Not it's about, who are you? You can't talk to me. I'm pretty. Oh, no, we're not worried about how pretty you are. We worry about how holy and hospitable you are. It's many pretty women. Men fail to realize, I'm going to teach you something, men. There's so many pretty women, but a lot of those women are pretty ugly. Do you know what I mean by that? Simultaneously, they can be pretty ugly simultaneously, yes. They can be pretty on the outside and ugly on the inside. There's many pretty women being born every day. If you don't find the one who you like, she got to look like this, you going to find another one. In your state, the next state, in another state. We genetically come from the same people. In some which way, somehow, you're going to see a woman who look like the one you wanted. Trust me. And she'll have similar genetics, but she just may have a better spirit. I see people who look like people in the church every day. Okay? Check it out. And it came to pass, before he had done speaking, that behold, Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel, the son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother. What a coincidence, huh? With her picture on her shoulder, and the damsel was very fair to look upon. Not only was she hospitable, she was bad. I mean, let's say this, that's what we say modern day, she was good. Could we tell that she was attractive from the outward appearance only? No. Usually back then, you just had a cute face, because you were not showing your body. See? And with our sisters, you can cover up and then you're going to still know what she's working with. So you don't even have to just really worry about that, because the genetics was really pure back then. You didn't have some of these Edomite genetics where you got to hit the gym because you were a little too slim. You wasn't too flat as a pancake. You was really having it like that back then. See? So it wasn't, men wasn't really worrying about that. He looked upon her face and like, okay, Isaac gonna like this. Not only is she a little cute, she's hospitable and she's kind, and she fit everything that was in my mind from the Most High. So this was like an uncle to him, right? That Abraham had raised. Okay, so Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel, the son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her picture upon her shoulder, and the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin. Not only was she fair to look upon, she was not touched. Like many women who walks around in pride like they're virgins. Let me tell you something. Drop your pride and humble yourself. You're not a virgin. Okay? Drop your pride. You may be one of the most beautiful people on earth, but it's a lot of you like that. Trust me when I say that. But these women back then were virgins. Our sisters walking around today with bodies all on them, walking around like nobody can touch them. Sweetheart, you can be the daughter of the Most High, or you can be the daughter of Babylon. With much mess up in your cup. So, drop your pride. You just pretty. You dealing with all these Negroes out here, and you walking around like you a virgin. You need to get your mind right. Men is humble enough to settle knowing what we went through. But let me tell you, you ain't top pickings unless you're a virgin. I'm just keep it real with you. That don't mean you're not a great woman. But let's not forget what top pickings meant. Humble thyself. Humble thyself. A woman was meant to be with one man. We understand we're in the curses, so don't focus on the little stuff I'm saying. But you need to humble yourself, because Babylon has lifted you up. When it's about to fall, you're going to fall with it. It's not about a blame. It's like, hold up, why are you walking around cocky just because you got beauty? You walking around like you've been following the law, like you've been an Israelite. If you would have been there, we'd have still been in our land. We'd have been following laws. You wouldn't have fell from it like we all did. Drop your pride. Looking like, what can you do for me? You saying that as if you're a virgin. Girl, you got bodies on you. What you talking about? And don't mess with a man who don't need you. A man like me can cook, clean, work. I don't really need a woman like that. She just adds to me. I make sure I can do what I tell my woman to do first. She just adds to that. And a woman loves that when a man don't necessarily need her. I'm not saying it in a cocky way, because those type of men, they're not worrying about looks of women. When they walk through, they know they're not trying to compete with nobody. They don't think they better than nobody, but they know, listen, I can have any one of these women in here if I want them. And that's not cocky. It's just like, I'm handling my business. I'm humble. I'm a man of God. I'm not stressing, and I'm not desperate. You may got a little something. You may got a little luggage back there, but guess what? That ain't doing nothing for me. Do you serve the living God in power? You can go to the club with all of these rest of these chumps who is desperate for women, but you got real men of God with standards who living to serve him. That don't do nothing for us. And guess what? Usually these women, now they want to entrap you with craft. So now the next time you see them, they got something a little more skanky on. Some a little bit more promiscuous on, because you didn't fall for the trap like the rest of the dudes. And all she wants is your power, because if you get with her, she gonna leave you anyway. She ain't satisfied until she take another soul. We're gonna talk about it today. But this woman right here of the Most High, woo, let me tell you, it's a lot of women out there, but Proverbs 31 woman is hard to find. A man of God is hard to find. But women, you keep hearing me say hard to find. I'm just saying that because he's like a man of fine gold, but you ain't supposed to find him. Let's not forget that part. Let's get it. Some women, all they have is their beauty, and it's all good. But you can't use that. A lot of you have beauty, you can't even take care of your damn self. So I'm saying the women with pride. You got the humble women with beauty, and it's like, dang, she's humble and beautiful like this woman here. But you got the woman with pride. It's like, hold up, sweetheart. Let me even the playing field for you real quick. Are you a virgin? Are those your real lashes? Is that your real hair? And let's take that fingernail polish off real quick to see. Let me tell you, come as you are first. Make sure you're still pretty, but I want to see who I got first. Come with that before you try to look down on me. I got matter of fact, my lashes is longer than yours, because I don't touch them and I don't mess with them. How you let my hair outdo yours because you keep touching your godly hair and you unsatisfied because you don't know who you are? Let me show you who you are. Because about time you keep going through that weave and that glue, You get tired. You dye your hair. It starts falling out because it's weak because you dye your hair. And you say you don't like the white man, but you dye your hair blonde. And you start over by cutting your hair low. By the time the white man is done with you, you didn't cut all your hair off and say, I can't do this no more. You're putting wigs on. I'm not saying this to condescend and embarrass you. I know what my sisters went through, but you're going to have to drop that pride. You have to drop it. You have to drop the pride. We're going to talk about the pride of the men too. But we're not worrying about, well, you got to talk about the men too. You're a wicked woman if you're saying that. You either want to get healed or bye-bye. Hit the road, Jackie. Don't come back no more, no more. You got to hit the road, Jack, and we got to hit the road, Jackie. So, let's get back to it. A virgin, neither had any man known her, and she went down to the well and filled her pitcher and came up. And the servant ran to meet her and said, Let me, I pray thee, drink a little water of thy pitcher. And she said, Drink, my lord. And she hasted and let down her pitcher upon her hand and gave him drink. And when she had done giving him drink, she said, I will draw my water for thy camels also. Don't worry, baby. Your camels is... Let me get some water for your camels too. Look at that. The total opposite of Ishmael's first wife. And a lot of us young men, we were young. We didn't have our fathers. We picked these type of women that's wrong. Through circumstance. It's so many different type of circumstances. You can't blame somebody in the curses. We come from broken homes. Every woman you see that's beautiful is not a wife. Every woman can't be saved out here. I'm just sorry to tell you, 90% of our people are going to perish. Keep that in mind. You can't go around feeling sorry for everybody. That was me. I feel sorry for a sister going through it. And I just always wanted to help my sisters. But sometimes getting with them is the worst thing you can do. They be having issues and problems you can't solve. They don't even know what they want. Like the sister I showed you, she had a perfect life. Last week I showed you, she had a perfect life. She said, I don't even know why I'm sad. It's not like he's a bad man. It's not like anything's going on. It's just, I just don't know if it's worth it. What? Sister, what false reality TV show have you been watching? How have they bewitched you? Did you watch The Perfect Man or something? Because you sound like you got a perfect man and that still ain't enough. They still tricking our sisters from the tree of good and evil from the fruit. You got everything perfect with Adam, but you are curious to taste from the fruit of good and evil because you see your homegirl get to go out with scantily clad clothes onto the club. You see her as if she's free. You see these white girls, they're homegirls, and let me tell you, they'll lay down with each other just to lay with one black dude. They was all friends, and they see a black guy they want to deal with. Hey, they like, you know what? We more than friends tonight. You want to be one of them, huh? You might not come back from that, sweetheart. And she hasted and emptied her pitcher into the trough, and ran again unto the well to draw water, and drew for all his camels. And the man wondering at her held his peace, to wit whether the Lord had made his journey prosperous or not. And it came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a golden earring, and a half a shekel of weight, and 2 bracelets for her hands, and 10 shekels of weight of gold, and said, Whose daughter art thou? Tell me, I pray thee. Is there room in thy father's house for us to lodge in? It was about family back then, guys. And she said unto him, I'm the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, which she bare unto Nahor. She said moreover unto him, We have both straw and provender enough, and room to lodge in. And the man bowed down his head and worshipped the Lord. And he said, Blessed be the Lord of my God, of my master Abraham, who had not left destitute my master of his mercy and the truth. Right? So obviously he goes to, we can't read the whole thing. He goes to meet the family, realizing the Most High have answered his prayers. Some of us out here have prayed, Father, I will just continue to do your will, but I do want to get married or whatever the case may be. So just send me a wife that you would have me to have. But if you just try to choose them because they're pretty, you try to choose a man because he's a leader, he's in leadership. Let me tell you, sisters fall for that too. I got it because you feel deep and smart and intelligent. There's nothing wrong with your desire. But a lot of times sisters does that, and they think they're like like in Christianity, like they want to become some woman pastor or recognized on the side. You got to come to actually serve the Lord. You got sisters who will not get married unless it's a leader. And then before you know it, they getting old, and that never happened for them because God knows that you ask for some prayer, you pray to him, but your prayers, he said you ask amiss to use it upon your lust. You wanted to be recognized as some type of woman idol. It wasn't about your husband being in leadership. You wanted to be recognized. Vanity. Vanity. I'm this. I used to do this in the world, so I got to be with this type of man. Why don't you just pray for a righteous man? Any leader, he didn't ask to be a leader. Any true leader. You might get yourself with a leader and it don't work out because you're asking for vanity. Just ask for a good man, and the Most High, and guess what? The Most High will send a man to find you. He has to see you serving him first. See? He has to see you serving him first. Men, you don't want to be like Esau. 36:2, Genesis. Genesis 36:2. Let's check it out. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan, Adah, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Aholibamah, the daughter of Anah, the daughter of Zibeon the Hivite, and Bashmath, Ishmael's daughter, the son of Nebajoth, and Adah. So we're not going to go into the whole line. We go into the academy deeper into this about how Esau had a few wives, but he also had a wife of the Nephilim seed, okay? So we go into that deep, but I just wanted to show that really quick because Esau didn't listen to his parents. He goes to pick him what will be modern day, some of the hood rats. Because when I say that, I'm not condescending to my people. Some of our sisters are proud to be like Sexy Red. Whether their intentions are good or not, some of them are proud to be like little hood rats. Some of our brothers are proud to be gangsters. I'm going to be in the streets till I die, nigga, know what I'm saying? No, that's whack. That's whack. Okay? You saying that until you wake up in hell, being dragged by an angel. Some of our people are proud to be at the bottom. And it's just total ignorance. Really, that's not the truth. They're just embarrassed. So they have to have some type of pride. But let me give you a good pride to stand on by serving your God. And that's why I work so hard in my walk, just being myself, because I know that it's going to reflect on anybody who sees me, whether on social media, whether strangers. Every day I'm walking outside, I'm going to get attention, not because I want it. My job is to give Christ attention. Walking honorable, respectful, and humble. You know what's funny? No matter where I go, the attention is going to be had. I'm talking to a gentleman, and you know what's crazy? He's asking, how long you been growing your ponytail? Or whatever the case may be. We cracking up. I'm like, man, I used to watch, what's that, the Eddie Murphy little movie when I was young. And I said if my hair ever fell out, then I was going to do this. But my hair ain't fall out. I just got tired of having too much of it. Coming to America. And I walk outside. They got his car on a tow truck. And I'm like, do he got hydraulics? Because I couldn't see the other cars in front of it. But it just so happened, like, how is this a coincidence? I'm talking to these people, and I felt real bad. I had to say a prayer for the brother, because him and his wife, or his girl, whoever she was, they were loud in the mug in Walmart, especially the women. It was really the women. They were so loud. You can hear them through the whole Walmart. She hops in the passenger side. I'm like, why is the car going up? They got hydraulics? And my wife is like, no, I think this is on a tow truck. So he hops in too, and I guess he was trying to speed off this tow truck. I said, Lord have mercy. I wish this man wasn't talking to me. He probably would have got in his car on time. But that's the spirit of the Lord. No matter where it's white people, our people, let me tell you, you better pick you a good one because you got a job to do. You got to exalt Christ. Man, woman, and child. Man, woman, and child. Okay? Proverbs 5. Proverbs 5. Let's get it, guys. We gonna tell you today. Men, let me teach you a little bit something, men. Let me teach you a little something, my brothers. Okay? Let me teach you just a little something, boys. Getting a little hot. Let me see here. Turn my little. If y'all can hear too much air in that, and just let me know. All right. So, let's read, my brothers. Let me show you something, because you might not have had a father to teach you what kind of women to find. Now, you see in the scriptures we just read about Abraham, about the father will guide his son up as long as the son listens to him, and he will make sure that he gets a good woman, because he leaves legacy behind. He wants to leave good DNA, good genetics, and if the promise is coming from the Most High, he wants to make sure that his son gets the right wife to continue to be able to get the promise. Why would I tell my son to go get a wicked woman if there's a promise by God coming to my people? Does that make any sense? It doesn't. So let's read. My son, attend unto my wisdom. Listen to your father. And bow down thine ear to mine understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion. And obviously this is not your father, but this is wisdom. Okay? It's Solomon, it's his wisdom that Solomon had. But your father, if he's in the household, he'll give you this wisdom. Okay? That thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb. Okay? The lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb. Let me see if I can get some pictures. And let me tell you, boy, it ain't easy, because Babylon, they got it all out here for you. Look at that. Look at these. You see that? Lord have mercy. You see that? The first thing that goes on a man's mind is be fruitful and multiply. See that? You look at them lips, you like, Father have mercy. You forget about everything. You done turned your eyes away from the heavens, and you got to put your head down and pray and say, this is how the black man say. He said, Lord have mercy, Father have mercy on me. And this is how Esau said, Father have mercy. He starts sweating. Esau starts sweating. You see, and so this is what the scriptures are talking about right here. This is what it's talking about, guys. Huh? The elder gonna show you how it is. Men see that. The scriptures had to say, listen, you better watch out. You get caught in a trap. That's why I tell the sisters, I be trying to put the sisters on game. I'm like, listen, you better stay fine for your husband. Because men, in their nature, is to be fruitful and multiply. Being that Satan knew that, he would put bedroom attire on everybody to make them walk around when it's daytime. And a real man know he be going through it every day. He's like, Father have mercy. Baby, please stay in shape out here. Please keep me on point. I got to keep myself on point too, but please put the cherry on top with it. I can't lie and say these women ain't fine out here. Who gonna say a woman in bedroom attire ain't fine? It's just the fact that your woman ain't walk around in a bedroom attire, and you not. It just looks like a new thing to you, and it's just turning on excitement, as if you're single again. No. It's a war out here. So that's warfare. Walking around like a bunch of demons. You walking about, and they try. And let me tell you, it's everywhere. All shapes, sizes, and colors. And let me tell you, if you're going through it at home, it's even worse. So your wife, she don't even know this is warfare. Sister, you got a job to do to keep your man on point. That's your job. That's to hold him, to make him continue to do the Most High's will, and then you put it all on him. Why you got married for then? He should have married somebody else if you ain't trying to help him. The Most High knew all of this stuff was going to be going on. So you were supposed to keep yourself on point, humble, quiet, cook, clean, do everything this man asked you to do. And, benevolence. You got some men complaining, talking about, man, I can't remember the last time. Because she mad at you and got an attitude. Oh, Lord. What you married him for? Don't no man want to do benevolence with an attitude. You giving a gift grudgingly. A man don't want to deal with, what the Most High gave with a person with an attitude. Why? He gonna be like, nah, I'm good. Nothing ain't gonna work right. You got an attitude. Well, come on then. Oh no, you good. And then when the man make a mistake, he's the bad guy. When it comes, Elder, he cheated, he did this, he did that. Yeah, he's wrong. But did you try to fix the situation? It's sisters out there. I got to give a shout out to my sisters out there who's speaking on this real. It's sisters out there who's saying this now. They like, hold up, sis. You were supposed to hold it down and make sure you was on point. Anything this man need to keep him from temptation and going out there. But you worrying about yourself when God made you to be a helpmeet for him. You see? You so worried about what you got going on in your own mind that this man is out here every day at warfare, like Ishmael. He going out to hunt, bring the food back, and you thinking about these little small issues. I can't do that. I was young before. Once you become a man, you're like, nah. This is how it goes. I need you to hold it down. I need you to hold it down because, I'm just saying, just hold it down. And enjoy holding it down. Don't give a gift to me grudgingly. One, I don't like teasers. So you got to be true for me. I always been a little kid. I don't like teasers. If I can't have it, I don't want it. If I can't truly have it, I don't even waste my time. I'm just the type of man I am. See? So if you truly love me, you got to truly show me. And guess what? That's just really how our God is. He says, you got to love him wholeheartedly. Don't give me a gift grudgingly. You can't come to the altar unless you make it right with your brother. That's how our God is. That's how a true man of God is. See? And we're going to be honest tonight. That's how you heal spirits. So, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood. Woo! Lord have mercy. Bitter like the wormwood herb. Sharp as a two-edged sword. She gonna tell you and hit you beneath, and you can't say nothing and do nothing because she gonna call 911 on speed dial. And she know what to say. That demon in her, she done activated that demon. She done activated the Jezebel demon. She say the beneath, the lowest blow, waiting for you to say something. What, you gonna hit me? That's that demon. And she got 911 on speed dial. Tell me I'm lying. Y'all grew up in the curses like me. You done seen it from your mama, your auntie, your grandmama, somebody. You seen it somewhere. And if you ain't seen it, you seen it on TV. Her feet go down to depth. I know you see she got them feet done. She twinkling them toes. You're like, ooh, she got some pretty feet. Let me tell you, you think about licking toes and all type of stuff. You got Negroes talking about, I drink her bath water. That's how desperate some of these cats be. I'm like, yeah, I'm good on that. I don't care how pretty you are. I ain't drinking no bath water, brother. Let me tell you, some of these cats be saying some crazy stuff out here. But you can get ready to suck some toes, but guess what? What does it tell you right here? Her feet go down to death. I had a brother, all he talk about, he just like women with pretty feet. Don't care how they look up top. Ooh, her feet. If her feet is clean, everything is clean. I'm like, brother, he got a foot fetish. But be prepared to go down to death with her. Huh? You can't see what that pinky toe really about. That pinky toe hiding on the side. You can't see what it's truly about. That pinky toe is really letting you know what is going down. It's telling you right here. Her feet go down to death. When you see that pinky toe hanging down too much, you got to be careful. Y'all need to put the toe correctors back on. Be careful. Huh? Hammer time. Her steps take hold onto hell. So if you follow her pathway to the room, to the hotel, like R. Kelly, girl, you want to come to my hotel? Don't you follow the girl to the hotel and bring her to it? You're going to end up like R. Kelly in jail. Lest thou should ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. She cold with it. You got some females with some cold demonic deception. If the good ones like Judith knew how to trick you, what you think the evil ones do? Let me tell you right now. She'll have 5 Negroes when she done with you. Let me tell you, I watched the video on social media. Man went to work. One dude came over. She done with him. Another dude came over. I'm going to tell you, like 5 dudes. I was like, whoa. And then she'll walk outside like she's a virgin. Father have mercy. Y'all don't hear me though. Listen, the Jezebels don't like what I'm saying tonight. But it's the truth. I'm not saying it to condescend. I'm saying it to maybe you got a last chance to save your soul. Because we ain't buying that crap no more. That innocence crap. Don't think your daughters is innocent. Don't think let me tell you. Oh no. Women got a way of keeping their integrity. But let me tell you something. Like it says in the book of Reuben, in the testament of Reuben, they think about this worldly situation. They think about laying down more than men. Oh, yeah, hey, elder, and all this stuff. And let me tell you. Oh, no. It's all good. Because guess what? That's the only way we be fruitful and multiply. But there's a time and place for everything, and it's a holy way to do things. See, Exodus 20 is like, don't covet thy neighbor's husband and wife. It's somebody for everybody if you put yourself into the ways of the Lord. Verse 7 says, hear me now, therefore, you children. Who's warning you? A woman is warning you. Through a man's mouth. A feminine spirit of the Holy Spirit is warning you through Solomon's mouth. So don't say it's one-sided. It's two-sided right now. It's Solomon speaking from the wisdom that was given from on high. 2 or more witnesses right now. Talking about this one-sided. The Holy Spirit is the one telling the men this. The Holy Spirit like, I'm going to tell you about how she really is. Hear me now, therefore, O you children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way far from her, brother. When she put that summer dress on, when she puts on the summer dress, I'm going to tell you right now. When she puts on the summer dress and it's 2 hugging the hips, you got, she knows what she's doing. When she puts on these summer dresses and she knows that God blessed her a lot, she knew what she was doing. A man can be minding his business, rolling on the block, godly and everything. Let me tell you, she trying to act like she's all innocent. She knows, like every woman, if she look back and she see you look just a little bit, she know in her mind, she wanted to know if she can get you, even if that's all she wanted, to see if you looked. She knew what she was doing. She ain't no different than the boys down here in H-Town who popped their trunk and got speakers in the back with the neon lights. That's just the same thing as a walking woman. You got down here they be driving slabs. This means slow, loud, and banging. And then they press the button to pop the trunk, and you see the neon lights and the speakers and the nice design of the car. That's what the women is doing. They got the elbows, and so the women, they got big hips, and they walking around with the summer dress on, and they know what they doing. Girl, I want to go to the park today. I want to go here today, and this and that. In a summer dress, sister. You know you shouldn't be putting that on because you got too much going on. Most High bless you and all that, but you're going to send a lot of men to hell. You're going to men walking around with their wives, and you try to hurry up and run right in front of them. And a woman who's walking with her husband looking at him like this, you better not look. How he not gonna look? With the clock ticking right in front of him. It ain't right. There's some punishments for it too. She's walking around swinging and banging. Lord have mercy. It ain't right. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not right. And sisters laughing because they know. Let me tell you, the Most High knows the inner workings of man. He knows the hearts and the minds of men. That's how we all got here. We got here the wrong way, a lot of us. It's time to fix these homes back. Okay? Come not nigh to the door of her house. Oh, you can come in. He's not here. The good man is far away going to work. He been getting on my nerves anyway. I need somebody who can really fix the sink, a real man. You look like a real man. Are you a real man? Or are you afraid? Here we go. Like, hold up, sweetheart. I thought you said you was married. Here come the baby out. The baby don't look nothing like him. He taking care of this baby like, I love you, girl. That baby for that mailman. I've been raising you all this time. You really my daughter. Let me tell you. Lest thou give thine honor to others, and thy years unto the cruel. She deceived you and lied to you. Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth. Uh-oh, you hear that? Lest strangers be filled with thy wealth. There's so many different ways to break that down. A woman who you shouldn't have been with, that's a stranger. No, even if she's of your nation, she's not your kind because she's not the kind of the Most High. Or you're paying money for a child that's not yours. Or you deal with a Gentile. So you're giving your legacy to something that didn't truly belong to you. Not what the Most High intended, my brother. Or your father. Huh? And thy labors be in the house of a stranger. Don't let you be rich. She marries you. Take all the money. And now you're broke. That's the new game. They marry rich men. And what's that little young girl and that young football player? She look like she Armenian. They got married and now she demanding, I think, 40, 50 million. Because he wasn't taught. He was not taught. He thought because he was famous, it's going to be all good and work itself out. Brother, she don't love you. Let me tell you, it's so bad. Where they caught her, he got in an argument with her. They caught her soon after the argument at a bar with some whack dude who was actually dealing with her in the bar. How embarrassing it was for that brother. For somebody just to be able to rough his own wife up, and he's rich and a football player. They looked at him like a mark. That's why, men, you can't raise your sons like no marks. He's a rich football player, supposed to be tough and all of this stuff, and some dude is handling a woman. What the hell is she doing at the bar? Because she wanted to go. She don't care if you rich, and then you marry these other nations, and they still go do what they want to do. Let me tell you something. The other nations look at they women like less than. You go to Egypt and all that, they not looking at they women regarded high. So they treating these women, especially when they come to America, it's free game. So this little whack dude, Arab, whoever she fornicated with, in the bar, in front of everybody, because it's dark and the lights and all that. How would this black man feel that this dude done this? We can't pick these type of broads, these heifers. Heifer is hard. Let me tell you that, who's hard to be maintained and handled. She come to you like Kim Kardashian with a pretty face. Witch. And thou mourn at the last, like this young man, who she's demanding all of this money from, and these you-wish people probably going to give it to him. So he'll be left with nothing. When thy flesh and thy body are consumed, and say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart and my mind despised reproof or correction, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers. Woo! A lot of people out there haven't read this. You get counsel from all your elders, your deacons, your officers. Don't do this. This is not right. You do it anyway. And then you come make up some lie like you didn't do what you said you did. As if like we were born yesterday. And have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me. You did what you wanted to do. Now don't repent about it. Repent for your soul at least. But you can't take back what you did. It's over with. Learn your lesson. If God allowed you to. Drink waters out of your own cistern, and running waters out of thy own well. Don't be going to these other nations like this young man. The Most High is telling us. They worshiping other gods. I'm just telling you the truth. Ooh, she bad. You see a white girl who got a backside, now you get attracted because of that. What's wrong with the black girl who's already having a backside? She now had to go to the gym to get it. What's wrong with her? All women are beautiful in any race. I can tell you that. That's the truth. But if you can, why not stick with your own, the Bible's saying right here. We know people married other nations when they got in captivity because they didn't know. That's who they found, the love of their life. I get it. But it's time that we have to bring back Israel as pure as we can now. Let them be, verse 17, let them be only in thine own, and not strangers with thee. Let thy fountain be blessed. It's considered blessed when you keep pure DNA. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm reading the Bible. And I'm not condescending to people who didn't know, who married other nations. I'm not talking down on them. This don't apply to them. They're under grace. Okay? What you do in the captivity, you were doing things you didn't know. But the law really still applies. And you can't strive in genealogy either. So we don't too much focus about it, but just pick a good wife. Let her be as the loving hind of the pleasant roe. Let her breasts satisfy thee at all times. Meaning, she's one at night you can lay down next to. Comfort you. She's rubbing your head at night from your long days of work. Right? Because you're a comforter, like the Holy Spirit. And be thou ravished always in love with her. Okay? Be you ravished always in love with her. And why will thou, my son, be ravished with a strange woman? And let me tell y'all something, my black sisters, my Israelite sisters. Don't be jealous if you don't want your own men when they go to other nations, being that we are in the situation of captivity. Don't just when the lesson comes out, you hear, yeah, you can't be getting with other nations. Let me tell you, it's a lot of sisters getting with white men too. And all type of other nations. We got to love our own first before we try to tell somebody what not to do. If you ain't loving your own, what's left for him? Okay? You gonna let that white girl I showed last week, she like, listen, bring it on, baby. I'll take him. You don't want him, I'll take him. At least she taking pride in having one of them. Shoot. You don't, let me tell you, you was made for him. For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord. Okay? Let's take a break and show some of these type of sisters. Right? You got this one here. This is unfortunate stuff here too. Who's raising our children the wrong way? Lord have mercy. This first video I'm going to show, through the curses. Check this out. Fair use, educational purposes only.
Back in there and paid for a candy that she had already walked out the store with.
Yeah, she stole it.
Why would you do that? I would never do something like that. I would just leave.
It's called integrity.
So you went back in there and paid for a candy that she had already walked out the store with.
Yeah, she stole it.
Why would you do that? I would never do something like that. I would just leave.
It's called integrity.
So the brothers is always getting a bad rap. Sis is more so worried about somebody catching them in the wrong. A sinful man will not be corrected, but find excuse according to his will. The baby went in there, probably don't know no better, whether she do or not. She takes a piece of candy like children have. The father says, you know what, no, I got to go make this right. It's enough that they're thinking our people are stealing out here. If I don't correct this, they might shoot the next child that comes in here to try to steal something. Huh? And this happens all the time, folks. It just don't get pressed. Trust me. They're only going to promote negativity among our nation. But I'm saying, our sisters, there's a lot of good sisters out there. But then you have a lot of sisters who are always attacking a man. It's like, hold up, sis. This man is trying to lead his household in the correct manner. You're telling him what to do with his child. As soon as he wants to take care of his child, this is what she said. That's my baby. No, you're not a good mother here. Very irresponsible, worrying about saving face as if your daughter's perfect. No. This is how you protect the nation and community. You have to think about others and not just yourself. Be careful, brothers, with women like this. Be careful. Who only care about saving face. A lot of them are like that. A lot of them. When you prove them wrong, even if it's not about being wrong, just to help them, they will never admit it or want to be wrong. They will find excuse of why they did it because they never want to be wrong. Because their main objective is to keep you wrong. That's the truth about it. They always have an excuse when you tell them something. You tell them, listen, just listen to what I'm trying to tell you here. Just listen. I'm still going to love you, but you need to be corrected right now and understand what's going on. Your father gave me to you to guide you and teach you. If you're not trying to hear what I'm talking about, maybe you need to go stay back with daddy. Period. But hey, really, hey, the daddy gonna be like, listen, nah, baby, you got to go and get out there and work. You don't want to listen to your man, he taking care of you. What's going on? Me and your mama, we want to be alone now. See, sisters think, let me tell you, it's a whole different time right now. Don't be, and a man don't want you to get with him just because you need a man to protect you. You better love that man. Just like the scripture said, be ravished with her love. Talking about a good woman, you better be ravished with his love. Don't be curious like Eve. Because you see a man with some bigger biceps. You see a man with a nicer car. You see a man with worldly things. Stop being curious in unnecessary matters. Because then you're going to want to go back to the man who was taking care of you when you realize the man who you trying to covet, he going to treat you like a harlot on the street. And guess what? You know the crazy part about it? They be having this stuff online. The man these women cheat with, treat them like no good. While the man at home treating them perfect, he's getting a bad rap out there. They cheat on him. They let some dude disrespect them, dog them out like they flew to Dubai somewhere, and bring themselves back home to the man and disrespect him. That's why men, when you step in the first beginning, it's dominion from the beginning. And it's like, this is what's going on. And if you ain't holding it down, what I'm talking about, we're going to go through some steps. If those steps can't hold it down, just like Abraham told his son, if you make it to where I can't follow the will of the Most High, and we're stagnant, I'm sorry, baby. You know what it is. You forced my hand. And I know Christ said it's not supposed to be divorce, but he was talking about men divorcing women just because they want to get with other women. Women, it was already known that women don't divorce men. So what you talking about, my sister, is no divorcing men. He was talking about men just divorcing women when they were not taking the time to figure out if this was the right woman. You got a lot of men who will get with women and they just keep having divorces. You look stupid and foolish. You look stupid and you look foolish. You can't keep saying they wrong. How many wives you gonna have? There's something wrong with you. But if a woman is taking a man off the path of the Most High of what she is supposed to be actually helping him with, of course, no. You didn't read in the book of Revelations how Christ said you let the woman Jezebel lead the church? You think if he ain't letting her lead the church, you gonna think you think he want to let the woman lead the house? You think Christ is telling men? Y'all don't understand the scriptures. You think Christ is telling men, you can't divorce me? Listen, you're trying to, now you're using that like the 911 thing. So women have hopped in the truth from the ghetto baby mama drama mentality, pressing 911 when things don't go their way. Now they getting the truth. Elder, he trying to leave me. You ain't following him. I can't tell this man what to do in his house. You ain't following him. You doing everything but trying to commit fornication physically to say this man can't. Let me tell you, you know what you're doing? You are doing spiritual fornication. When you don't follow him continually over and over where he has to force you to do something, where this man is depressed, going through it and saying, I can't make her follow me. Let me tell you, he ain't supposed to have to make you do nothing. You come in the agreement to serve when you marry. We can't tell a man what to do. I'm not getting in the way of that. A man got to know if you ain't holding it down up in here, and I didn't try my last. Another grown man can't tell you what to do, King. I know you're worrying about how it's gonna look, but at the end of the day, that's between you and the Most High and your family. You either gonna stay stagnant with a wicked woman who's running your house, or you're going to be like, you know what, I love you, sweetheart, but my main objective before I got with you was to serve the Father. You get in the way of that, you get in the way of me. Christ said, whoever loves mother, father, daughter, wife, children more than me is not fit for the kingdom of heaven. Come on now. Let me tell you, you better understand how this thing goes. Nobody gets in the way of me following the Most High. Nobody. Whoever got a problem with that, they're on the side of the devil. He's the one who brought me into this earth. He didn't bring me to serve you because you pretty. See? And you might hear it come out a certain way, but it's to come out to get rid of demons and just to be real about it. It's just like playing the piano. I'm just playing a certain note. But I'm a kind man. I'm a respectful, honorable lover. I am a family man. So don't think, well, Elder, he just be so hard. Listen, I'm a lover, baby. I'm a family man. But when it's time for war, it's time for war. When I come to cut demons, that's what I come to do. You think I'm finna get off the porch to play around? If you make me get off the porch, let's get it. You didn't hit me. I didn't got numb. Let's get money. See? So we can't have our children being raised by these type of women, holding things ransom to where and you got the men, they want to follow Christ so bad. They like, listen, but men, you got to do a favor to the Most High too. You got to be patient and pick the right woman and get counsel from your elders and say, listen, we're going through this in the council. Is this a good idea for us to be together or not? Because then later you're going to come back and be like, man, I regret this. Listen, hey, Ak, now you're going to have to deal with this. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't got nothing to do with your household no more. You didn't take my counsel. I can't counsel you. You didn't want to take my counsel in the beginning. Whatever you decide is what you decide. You're going to stay with her or you're not. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But if I see you with another woman and then you fail again, hey, brother, it ain't about the women. It's about you. Huh? You need to get up in this book and study. You mean to tell me you ain't take a Hebrew and Bible Academy? How you going to rule your house? How you going to rule your house? She's sitting here listening to the elders in the classes and know the scriptures better than you, and you don't even know the Bible. Hey, listen. Before you get with a wife, get in that Bible, man. Seriously. I found the Bible out, elder. I'm not saying just get in the Bible, brother. You still got to have money. You still got to have a job. You still got to know how to lead. If I got to tell your wife everything, I might as well have your wife, brother. But I'm married. We can only have one as leaders. God created the way you're supposed to be one. A woman and a man. So if you ain't ready to get married, I got to tell you every single day what to do, brother. You ain't ready to get married. She going to be looking at other men who's leading now. You making her covet. Because you ain't doing what you supposed to do. And brother, you ain't doing no push-ups and keeping yourself in shape too. You got to still have a strong punch to protect. We tell the sisters to stay in shape. You got to stay in shape too. God created us healthy. That's all I'm going to say. And don't have the misconception that because you got some men, you think just because you very big, you got to be careful with the health on a side note. You can be too big, even though you look good with abs and all that, and you still be pre-diabetic. Because you're becoming a glutton. You're eating too much. Just to keep a worldly lifestyle like you're a fallen angel. You're trying to be like an angel. You still got to be healthy to be around for your family. It's not all about just looks. Let's check this out of the curses here that we, that's why we have to find good mates. When the man leaves the house and the sister just walk back like this is normal, we got issues. Fair use for educational purposes only. First off, why somebody is on the phone recording this to embarrass our people all over the social media? Then you come back and put this on social media. Isn't that sad that we, even if we saw it, we don't need to put it on phone? And guess what they put for the emoji? They're laughing. This is not funny, and this is not the first time we've seen this. This has been going on. This has been going on for the past 20, 30 years, people. It was just a new artist in town. What's new? Fathers ain't in the house, as usual. Mothers is going out trying to find men when that's not in the Bible, as usual. Don't want to hear nothing to correct them as usual, regardless of what happened in their life or their intentions, good or bad. We can't worry about all that. We telling you why we're in this position. When you don't have the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, you have a fallen nation that's divided and it can't stand. Something our God can't stand. No pun intended. These babies are too young to understand this. Our children are born intelligent, but we have become wise to do evil. You still don't want the man in the house? You whipping her too hard. Oh, let me tell you, the world whipping them hard now. Look what you see. The world's whipping them spiritually hard right now, to where their souls may be bound into hell. because you wanted freedom for your children and yourself. You chose the white man over your own husband to discipline and guide the house through the curiosity of the fruit from the tree of good and evil. No wonder they're like that. Look what mom has on. Daisy Dukes, cheeks out, all that. Father, help our people, Father. Father, help our people. It just keeps going on and on. On and on. Woman led police on high-speed chase with her baby in the car. Crashed and fled, leaving the baby behind. The baby nearly got hit by police after exiting the vehicle, but a bystander recording the incident quickly saved the child. Father, help our people.
Yo, get my baby! Get my baby! Oh my God!
You got it. I'll take it. I got it.
Oh my God! Thank God!
Thank God. This baby is going to be in someone else's household. CPS is coming. Thank God. You mean thank the devil? Now he's got a hold of another Israelite child through our falling of our laws. I'm not saying this to blame us. I'm saying, hey, we might want to choose to wake up. We might want to choose to wake up, man. Father, have mercy on us. Then you have these women who are deceived that they can do what men do. You haven't found out that every couch you sit on, every car seat you sit on when you're driving your car, every steering wheel, everything you have in this world was made by men? I'm not a male chauvinist. I'm telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. The earth was made by a man. He gave power to a feminine spirit. Anything you see around, you didn't make it. You've been deceived by the devil. You've been deceived. You can't do what men do. You got these dykes who, when women get their husbands kicked out of the house, they come in the house now. So they'll let them come in the house. They kick the man out, but they'll let the dykes come in the house because it's two women. It's not a man and a woman, it's two women. And the dyke is taking care of the man's child. This is real stuff happening with your families, our people. Only for that woman to get tired of the dyke and realize she misses what they playing around with every night. What they claim and say, I don't need a man. Well, why you got a male toy up in there if you don't need a man? Obviously, a man is still in the house in some way, shape, or form, or fashion. A woman is having to play like a man to raise a child, so the other woman can feel protected. You talk about mental illness on a high level. Only for them to realize you can't do what a man do or does. Stop it. Get in the ring with a man and find out what it is. Like this video. She thought she gonna come out with a gun and scare this dude. And don't let it be a dude who done been in the streets to where you ain't scaring him with no pistol. Trust me when I say that. Not that he just gonna stand there, but he know how to operate and move. You don't know the laws? When you pull out a firearm on somebody, they can strike at you. You thought this was a game that you could just pull something out and taunt something? Let me tell you, the devil have deceived you. Fair use, educational purposes only.
What's up? Come here. What's going on?
Woman's new girlfriend pulls gun on her child's father and is fatally shot. Listen, a brother's like, hold up, you taking care of my children? My children, you didn't went up here and got with a dyke to take care of my children, and I ain't gonna pull up? Now, she gonna have to see what it really is about. It's not promoted that just how women say, I'll die over my kids. Let me tell you, it ain't promoted about men feeling that way. It ain't promoted at all, because trust me, men love their children, if not more than that woman. Trust me. Yeah, they got to say, ain't no love like mama. Let me tell you. You right. Look at the world. Mama loves us to our own detriment. Even though she got good intentions, some of her spirit comes in us. We're emotional. Even though we're men, we work hard, we're emotional. And guess what? We want to fight and kill each other like women do with cat fights. Yeah, mama loves us. And we love mama. But when daddy's around, he gonna tell us the real, how the world is hard. He talks to us strong and hard how the world is going to be. No dyke can't teach no kid how to be this. No disrespect, but that's just what it is. That's disrespect to God himself.
Quit. No. Hey. What's happening? What's up? Come here. What's going on? What happened?
Excuse the language.
No.
She goes out with a protection as if she's a man. I don't know what type of set it off movie she been watching. Let me tell you, a man gonna die about his. You can't go to war with no men. I hate that this have happened here. That this baby got to go through all of this craziness, man. This trauma. As usual. Why can't you just and guess what? Give the baby to his daddy. And you can live your life with her all you want to. But don't let the baby go through that. You don't see what's going on out here with these saucy Santanas and all of this stuff? Is that better for the world? At the end of the day, you're so selfish, you're thinking about yourself instead of thinking what's better for the world, for our people. So you got I see it all the time when I'm going to the store. I see it all the time, and I just like, Father, have mercy. These two pretty women, you can't make a baby. You taking care of another man's baby. That's demonic. And you're going to try to run up on this dude and pull out something and forget what world you live in. When you pull out a firearm, you give the other person a right to defend themselves. And that's all the brother did. So don't try to come in the chat and say, I can't believe he did that to her. Oh, no, it ain't a her. She calling herself something else. You wanna play like a man? Find out what we go through every day. She pulled out on him first. And as soon as she said she was going to go get something, he got ready for her. And unfortunately, she probably didn't make it. And she got hit twice. She came out like she was the boss.
Quit. No. Get in there. Get in there.
She got hit. So she already got hit, and she finna get hit again.
Get in there. Get in there.
Right? She gets hit. She thinks it's a game. It ain't over. Just like the cops, if you still have a gun, you still a threat. They came back and hit her again. This is not no game. Man, what is going on in this world with our people? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, man. One second here. Let's go to Matthew 5:31 really quick. We almost done here because I got to get out of here. I'm going to have to do a part 2. Matthew 5:31. It had been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto thee, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery. Because men divorced women, not the other way around. Unless it's men committed adultery or committed fornication or that. But men divorce women. Because you were supposed to only be with one man. Now obviously, through our lack of ignorance and falling apart from our laws, falling away from our laws, our women, obviously, they were raised wrong. Our men were raised wrong. So obviously our women would not be virgins on the regular like that anymore. But you really were supposed to be with one man. Okay? But I say unto you that whosoever should put away his wife, saving or except for the cause of fornication, that's spiritual or physical, meaning following other gods. If you're disobeying your man, okay, if you're disobeying your man, and it gets to the point to where it's no order in the house, over and over and over. Y'all just trying for years and years. It's like, hey, the Most High can't bless y'all. Your prayers will be hindered. The scripture says that your prayers will be hindered until you fix that. And usually one person is going to have pride. Usually that's how it goes. They can't work together to bring stability back because one person is going to have pride. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causing her to commit adultery. Because now when another man goes to take her, he wasn't supposed to take her. She was just supposed to be with you. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committed adultery. Right? So if your husband is not, sister, didn't leave you through following of other gods or doing something wrong against the scriptures, you are not free. You were meant to be holy and pure, my sister. We were meant to be fruitful and multiply to build nations, to build children. You were meant to have that one pure man. Your husband ain't dead? No. If he ain't do nothing wicked. And you can't look for these things to happen. So that's why you're careful before you marry of which person you're choosing, men and women, that you agree to be with. All right? You shall perform thy oaths. And it says again, ye have heard that it had been said by them of old time, thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shall perform unto the Lord thine oaths. See that? Keep your word. Keep your word. I just can't follow him. I can't be submissive to a man like that. Hey, listen, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Y'all decide to lay down. Y'all was in agreement to lay down, huh? Somebody better humble themselves, or you're both going to hell. You just going to be stagnant? You didn't want to listen when we said don't lay down. Now you need help. And a lot of people wouldn't think that the woman, a lot of times, is trying to lay down more than the man. A lot of people wouldn't think that. I'm not saying it's not on the other side, but a lot of people wouldn't think that. She following what you going to do. Like, listen, if you're going to be with me, I'm good. But then she kind of realized, like, oh, man, you wasn't who I thought. It ain't going good for you because it wasn't going to be blessed because of how you started it. your true intentions was not to come together to serve God. So now you're struggling and the blessings ain't coming. So now you got to go through a whole test and prove it again and pray that God gives you grace to fix your situation until you spiritually mature. Okay? Matthew 19:3 real quick. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? You see that? So just to bring clarity, the Pharisees were coming at him about the old law because men were just putting away their women for any old reason. Because really, every time they seen a new chick that was bad, they're like, yeah, you know what? I don't think I want this one no more. I want that one. People do that to this day. They come into the truth with the spirit of fornication, even after baptism. Ooh, she bad. Now the one you got, she ain't the one no more. Let me tell you, you're gonna always see fine women out here, King. But who do you come to serve? You still come to serve the flesh. Those fine women in your eyes that you think is better may not be. The grass ain't always green on the other side. You end up cheating with this woman. She's worse off than the woman you got that's very good. You can't just judge from the outward appearance. You end up hating this woman. We used to deal with this in the old law. Now you make an excuse because you don't want to be with her. No. So the Pharisees, they wanted to stick with the law of Moses. Brother, how you going to stick with the law of Moses when Moses was serving Christ when he went in the tabernacle? The Pharisees were straight fleshly, just like these modern day Israelites. Straight fleshly. Don't you know that Christ was the one on the mountain teaching Moses? He was the one who was doing everything. The rock that gave us water, that was Christ. If the Most High comes down, he already told you. When he comes down, after the 1,000-year reign, which is really another Sabbath for us, it's a 7,000 year. We was to live 6,000 years and rest rest 1,000 years. That's really just another Sabbath with Christ of rest. And then the Most High makes everything brand new. Because if the Most High steps off the throne, everything has to be destroyed. It tells you that in Scripture. It was always Christ coming down here. So when the Pharisees was coming to Christ, they were so confused, ignorant. When you got a cocky Negro who don't know nothing, boy, ain't that something? Like, don't you know I came for y'all? So they trying to tempt him like, look, he trying to go against what Moses said, who he think he is. So Christ, he was saying it for a few different reasons. Like, listen, I know where y'all trying to come to me. I'm telling you, you can't just be marrying women and divorcing them. That's all Christ was saying. He's not saying if a woman don't want to follow you, that you can't divorce her if it's necessary. That's not what he's saying. You're misinterpreting scriptures. That's like a woman, she just going around, taking curtains off, just going crazy around the house, and you put, well, Christ said I can't divorce. That's not what Christ is talking about. No, he's not the author of confusion. He didn't say Jezebel can run the house. He even tells men, don't be a lion running your house. Don't be overbearing to your children. When you demotivate them and don't encourage them. There's a time for everything. But he didn't say, if you got a wicked woman around the house, and you keep trying, like, hold up. I'm an honorable, godly man, but hold up. I come here to serve the Lord. I didn't come to bend to you, with all due respect. So don't try to use this scripture that, as a 911 button. You're going to follow what I say, unfortunately, or we're going to have to, And the beautiful part about Texas is you can get informal marriage licenses where you still can get insurance and you still can get a apostille stamp. So if you're traveling, it's not in every place like that though. to where that thing is not really going to court, where you got baby mama drama and all this stuff going on. See? So, you know, you got to be real wise. Okay? The Pharisees came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? And he answered and said unto them. So they were asking because that's what they believed in. Have you not read that he that which made them at the beginning made them male and female? Meaning, he really made you to take your time out to make sure you try to pick a good wife. Not till you just keep picking one. Oh, she ain't the one. Let me get another one. Oh, she ain't the one. You just keep perpetuating that. That's not why he made it. So Christ came to really fix that childishness and immaturity that our brothers was dealing with. The coveting thing. The lust thing. Okay? For this cause shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they shall be twain one flesh. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. Just how you see people coming together with this jab and all that. And now they claiming it's HIV and stuff going on out here. Let me tell you, you can take another person's saliva, put it in another person, and it starts to adapt, right, and manipulate itself to continue to grow in another person's mouth. That's how you know you're becoming one. It attaches itself with the other person's saliva. This is how bacteria works. Fungus in the ground communicates together. We're made from the same microbiome of the soil, guys. You got to be careful when you're coming together with people swapping saliva, swapping the stuff, because you're thinking, oh, it ain't that bad. I'm going to wear a rubber. Yeah, let me tell you something. You ain't looking at the spiritual side of it. You ain't, and then you ain't telling nobody the rubber fell off. A lot of times that's what's happening. I wore protection. Let me tell you something. You's a fool. You didn't come to serve the Lord. You came to serve flesh. Got some Negroes come to the church just to see how pretty women is so they can fornicate. Negro, get your butt up out of here. And sisters will come up in there just like that too. You didn't come to serve the Lord. You came to serve flesh. Holler. Let me tell you, I don't know how. Let me tell you, I'm not allowing no fornication in my church. You got some young sisters who men just think they so innocent. They be out there clubbing, stealing the truth, doing all types of sorts of things, coming to church. And then these leaders, simple as days old, is allowing this. No, it ain't going down like that. We supposed to shepherd the flock and be circumspect in knowing who labors among us. I ain't come here to tap you on the behind. You come here to serve Christ or not. We breed families around here. You want to fornicate? Go on back in the world, into the darkness. And if you don't like it, I don't care. Let me tell you, I came to do the work of the Lord. I really don't give a damn. I'm not here for you to like me. I don't care what you say about me, none of that. You can't break me, baby. You can't break me. You call me ugly? Okay, I'm beautiful. I'm not finna believe what you say. Only demons will speak negativity against the image of God. So I'm not going to say nothing negative back to you. Because I'm not a demon. See what I'm saying? I don't get into little childish spats. I don't do the talking. I do the walking. I'm here to save souls, and that's it. The prophets, they lied on them, they spit on them, they rocked them, they stoned them, and they went out like some G's. And they're going to be reigning in the kingdom of heaven. So we're not worrying about the flesh of what the flesh is talking about. This body is temporary. Some people mad because you don't be mad with them. Listen. I'm here to save the souls who wants to be saved. You want to fornicate? Go on somewhere else. You want to come on Saturday like this, the Christian church. You know? Let's stand up and come right. All right? So, what therefore God had joined together, let no man put asunder. They say unto him, why did Moses command to give her right in divorcement and to put her away? You trying to use Christ, Moses against Christ? Christ is the one who gave Moses the law. He's the one who can correct or edit anything. He's telling you he didn't come to break up families. That's what the devils do. You can't have men marrying women who are good women sometimes and just divorcing them just because. That's what he's talking about here. So I want men to understand out there. He's not telling you to allow Jezebels in your home. And I'm not saying this because I need to see a wave of divorces. That's not what I'm telling you. Any man who has a business or does business, he understands there's steps before you do. It's steps to make sure you truly are serving the God that you're doing proper. Even in government, even when you go to court, there's steps. Nothing is solved overnight. Don't set your eyes on something else. Focus on your own household. Okay? Right? And let me tell you, I'm here to tell you, sisters, you'll wait till your husband make a mistake and cheat or do something crazy, but you still never tried to make your relationship better. Why are we coming together? Just so you can say he was wrong so you can be free. Is this why Christ wanted us to come together? Father, have mercy. Is there actually true love in Israel? True love? Where you're not just married? You don't truly, you're supposed to be friends. Happy. Not just just a marriage. That's horrible, man. That's horrible to teach your children. That's a horrible representation of Christ. You think he don't see that? I'm not saying everything is perfect and you don't go through things. But even through that, you still love each other. Like, you know what? You right back like children. Laughing and loving each other. The world needs to see this from us, Judah. He said unto them, Moses, because of your hardness of your hearts, because you was hard-headed, suffered you to put away your wives, because you kept coming to Moses too much. He's like, every time I got to counsel, he had to go to his father-in-law and be like, listen, these people is overwhelming me. Look, just divorce them. I can't deal with this. You talking about I came in the truth. We counseling people 6 to 8 hours. I come back to let Houston know, listen, I'm not counseling nobody for no 8 hours. That's ridiculous. You got grown-ass men and women, and we got to sit on the phone with them 8 hours. We're not doing that. We teach lessons every week. We going through this Bible every day, every week, and you still ain't getting it. Just like Christ told the disciples, how is it I'm around you all the time and you still don't get this? You don't want to get it. You think a counsel is just because you can have counselors, you just, every time you're going through something, you having a counsel every week. That's not what this is for. I tell you what, I'm going to use the wisdom of the Most High. When you figure it out, come back to the church, because we done counseled you 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. You still don't get it? How about this? Go and figure it out. It's usually when people actually figure it out because they really know that they're missing out on something. Go figure it out now. And don't try to get the government involved and then try to get our counsel, because now you done took it to the white man. Our church don't have nothing to do with you going to court with the white man. Then you want our advice so you can say, well, my pastor, my church told me this. We didn't tell you nothing. Once you take it to the white man, you deal with that. We'll holler at you later. So be careful who you get with. See? That's what Israel, they like to have a little opening where they can blame something on somebody. I'm not finna counsel 6 hours. Are you kidding me? And I'm not putting the time on it. It got to make sense. Like, what's really going on here? Let's get to the point. It's no blaming you and him. We grown people. What's going on? You mean tell me you 40, 50 years old, you can't figure this crap out? What have we become, Israel? We came into the truth, and just because elders tell you can counsel, you counsel it every other week. He don't want to listen. She don't want to listen. Didn't y'all both agree to lay down? Y'all were listening in. And when it's done, you need us to clean it up. Oh, no. You blame it on him or her, and then you want to come back and marry somebody else in our church. Oh, no, I think not. Serve the Lord and be happy now. You had enough fun. He said unto them, Moses, because marriage is appreciation to the Most High. He said unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning it was not so. You was giving him such a hard time in the wilderness, is why he destroyed a bunch of our people. You was annoying him, complaining, all that. And sisters, let me give you a little key. Don't complain to your husband too much. Really don't complain at all. Because we're made in the image of God. Israel is a representation of the woman of God. In the wilderness, what did this image of this woman do? Complain and murmur. When God was doing everything on his time for that woman, not on her time, he gave them water on his time. He gave them manna. He gave them food, shelter, and raiment. He was putting his woman through the test to see if she was really down for him or not. He was already going to give her, this woman, the greater blessings in the land of Israel. But the woman wasn't patient enough to get there, so she wandered 40 years in the wilderness. And he only took those who appreciated him and let them go into the land. Just like he's only going to save the remnant who appreciates him now, he's going to take them back into the land and the kingdom. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying? So any complaining and murmuring, and you ain't going through the test to be baptized in fire, to be tested, to come out as gold. Well, you know, that's on you. See? And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife except for it be for fornication, instead of making all of these, hey man, Moses, man, she doing this, she doing that. Brother, they told me you was trying to holler at her on the side on the reel. That's why you want a divorce. You trying to see what it's like on the grass on the other side. You like a cow. You got your nose under the wrong side of the barbed wire, eating on the side of the other grass. When you got all of this grass in your field. What's going on, Cletus? No, you think you fooling people around here. And then he's saying right here, and shall marry another committed adultery, and whoso married her which is put away do commit adultery. You know why Christ is saying that? And check it out at the end. He says, his disciples said to him, if this the case of the man be so with his wife, it is not good to marry. Our people were so carnal. They were so carnal because it was a fad because of the law that we fell from. They were just abusing the law. It was no different than Christianity. Jesus, forgive me for my sins. I'm going to go do a sacrifice. Brother, take your time and choose the right wife. It's like I said, you're going to see beautiful women all day. If you're after the flesh, go fall after the flesh. What are you here for? That's all Christ is saying. You can't just be walking around divorcing women just because that's not what it was about. So this is how you find that one. Following after these laws, statutes, and commandments, praying to your God. Let me tell you, because I'm not going to be able to finish all the rest of these scriptures, so I'm going to have to end it out. I may have to do a part 2 or something. I may just do a part 2 next week. Because I was going to go into the testament of Reuben and the testament of Judah. But we'll see. All right. Because I stayed on like 5 hours last time. So let me just go to James 4 and 3. I have a lot to do, so I can't stay on forever. It says here, ye ask, well, let's go up a little bit. James 4 and 1. From whence come wars and fightings among you? And I'm talking about specifically in the households right now, right? Imagine you always get into spits and spats in the households. Come they not hence even from your lust that you wore in your members? There's no order in the household. Ye lust and have not. You kill and desire to have. You'll do whatever it takes to get what you want instead of going through the right door of Christ. And you desire to have and cannot obtain, because you're going about it the wrong way. So you're stagnant. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because you ask not. Listen, you're going through all of this temptation to find your wife. So we're specifically keeping on the topic of the wife, not just being in the world. For example, you go to the gym, you're going to see some women in the yoga shorts, in the greenhouse shorts, because they can't breathe down there because they got the greenhouse plastic polyester on. Anything that says poly is plastic. Ain't no breathing, brother. I'm going to just keep it real with you. They got to find out where to get them 100% cottons. Okay? So you dealing with a lot of greenhouse gases up in the gym and don't know about it because they wearing that plastic and that look like elastic. To make you feel fantastic. No, I'm just anyway, so you are going around seeing all of these things. You lust and you have not, right? And you desire to have and you can't obtain. You fight and you war, yet you have not because you ask not. So this is what you need to do. Ask the Most High, but be serious about what you truly want. Make sure you're willing to follow the steps. Make sure you're willing to follow the steps of what it takes, of what you're asking for. No one asks for a business and is not prepared to run it. No one asks for a nice bike and is not prepared to pedal it. No one asks for a new car and is not prepared to pay the note or buy it out or pay the insurance or to upkeep it. No one asks for children. No one asks for children and is not able to take care of children and to maintain them. No one asks for a wife and is not willing to go through what the Bible says it takes to have a woman. No one asks for a husband and is not willing to go through what it takes to stay a helpmeet of that's why you were born. You were born to serve man. That's literally it. It's not a bad thing either. That's one of the most powerful things in the world, to serve the image of God. He made a man in his image, after his likeness, for you to serve. That's one of the best things you could do in the world. Or he could have just said, you know what? Man is just going to serve. Forget about the woman because she's going to come on earth complaining and she's going to make it about her. That's what the Most High could have did. Even though she did that anyway. But guess what? Fortunately, all women don't do that. Some choose to serve the Most High. So, where are we? Verse 3. Ye ask and receive not because you ask amiss. Meaning you're asking in vanity. You're just thinking out loud, man, I want this, I want that. You don't take your time to pray to the Lord to play around. You don't waste your voice. He don't even like you to talk too long. Get straight to the point. He like, listen, I already know what you're praying for. I have an intercessor called Christ. Let's get to the point here. You don't have to be like the Muslims praying all day. Let's get straight to the point. How do we know? Because black men made in his image. We don't want you to talk too long or just about nothing. Get to the point. And it can be time to talk, but let's stick on points and not just be, you call in the show and then we just talking around in circles and you ain't get to the point. Okay? You ask and receive not because you ask amiss, that you may consume it upon your lust. So you're not truly asking because you truly desire to do the will of the Most High. You want something you appreciate from the Father. You're asking it for your own lust, for vanity, for vainglory, to show off, to say, look at me. You ask God for a man, and when he send you the man, you don't want to follow him. It's nothing wrong, but I don't know. I don't think I know myself. I didn't get to live my life. Oh, you saying that now, but you ask God for a husband. Well, wait till you be left out alone when Esau pull that rug and leave you with these Arabs. Leave you with these East Indians and these Japhites out here. You're going to realize how good the black man is then. But then it's going to be too late because he's going to have him a wife already. See? The black man about to be the best thing. He been that way, but he about to be, let me tell you. You thought the feminist movement was something. Check out the Most High movement, where his men is leading the earth. Okay? So, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of this world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be friend of the world is the enemy of God. Do you think the scriptures say in vain the spirit that dwelleth in us lusted to envy? But he giveth more grace, wherefore he said, God resist the proud and give grace to the humble. Submit yourselves therefore to the Most High. For you to have a good relationship, you need to submit yourself to the Most High. Whatever relationship that is. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. Let me tell you, we was at the brother's funeral. Brother Swan, he used to play for the San Antonio Spurs. He was a person in the Houston body. Then he went up there to Bryan College Station. Very good man. Azaniah did his funeral. Speaking at the funeral, we went out there. Me and a few of the leaders. He's speaking at the funeral. And speaking of fleeing, a man spoke out in the funeral saying, Is this a funeral or is this a church service? The devil hopped up in this dude. And Azaniah kept it quiet. Because I know he wanted to say something, but he kept it quiet. You got to let the Holy Spirit speak for you. So he told the brother, he said, listen. He just told the brother, keep reading. And sometimes quiet is the best thing. Because the devil wanted something bad to happen. He wanted to get the glory because the Most High got the glory that the brother's in the bosom. Trust me. All these Edomites at his funerals was like, man, I met this brother a few days before he died. He was such a good brother. He came and gave me a Bible. He's like, I didn't even go to my own mama funeral. People in my family. See, the devil, sometimes he'll come and you try to attack just like how he's trying to attack in the flesh. Guess what? Sometimes he gonna win because you gave in. Sometime, well not sometime, all the time, you got to walk in the spiritual sense where the devil flees from you. Your woman in the house, she's disobedient. She's talking all this mess, trying to bring provocation and provoke you. You lead by example. Huh? Let me tell you, I done been through all of this before. I done seen brothers go through this plenty of times. A lot of brothers was young in the truth. And, you know, a lot of them, I'm going to be honest, no disrespect, but a lot of the young brothers who came in the truth, a lot of their women, they only left because they thought Babylon was going to explode. But a lot of these women left these men. Went to get with other men, and now their lives is worse. I'm just telling you, this happened with a whole lot of women. So sisters, y'all got to understand what's going on here. And this is not an easy mission for anybody, but I'm telling you, I've seen so many brothers. They was young, you know, nobody knew how to pick a woman, and a lot of people got together. It wasn't for the truth. That don't mean the Most High brought it together just because you married, especially if you was married in the world. But a lot of these sisters, this truth wasn't for them. They didn't come to serve the Lord. They ran off. It's too many rules for them. Too many rules. Because they truly came to serve themselves. And I pray that these sisters get it together before the time is up. But let me tell you, these men moved on, and they still doing good. And that's how you know if it's of the Most High, it's going to continue to prosper. How a lot of these sisters ain't prospering, but these brothers still prospering. What was really going on then? So since women always say it's the men, the brothers is doing good. See? It's going to be the one who's truly come to serving the Lord who's doing good. Be very careful. And I'm going to tell you again. Since the lesson is called How to Find That One, I'm going to tell you, like Paul said, this is not law. This is from experience. There's a lot of news out there now where sisters are seeing what's going on with the government, with the rug pull of the government taking away the social things. And they're like, listen, there's a lot of talks of women out there coming on, these people who are trying to be like Kevin Samuels. These women speakers saying, listen, they like, listen, you get with and young men, in every right when you in your 20s, you great. But let yourself take time for your experience. That's all I'm saying. Because you're going to wish you did later. Just trust me what I'm saying. You're not in a rush to get married. Trust me what I'm saying. We don't got to put no age on it. the Most High is going to do it in time for you. But if you establish yourself and be patient, I don't want to say they're at your leisure, but if you're doing what you need to do, brother, it's no worry. It's no rush about it. The woman is really the one who time is moving on. She's losing eggs as she gets older. She's thinking her beauty is just staying around, like she's just going to always be able to get somebody, when really she has to put on fillers and makeup as she gets older. I'm just telling the truth. I'm not trying to condescend to my sisters. I'm trying to save them. I'm like, listen, hey, the time is more so running out for them. Men don't be aging looking bad like that. They working out because they got to move and do things like that, right? So now the sisters is like, man, maybe we had it all wrong. Maybe we need to get a more mature man. Yeah, that's what sisters is saying all over the internet right now. They like, listen, they finally got a little extra, muscle on them to protect, because they want to feel protected. So that's why a lot of sisters was getting the guys in prison, because when we young, sometimes, we be strong. We still be strong. But sometimes we don't move right. We wild. You don't think right. You know what I mean? You just fighting to prove yourself. You don't have all your meat on you. You know what I mean? And you're just not really ready to guide. You don't really know what you want. You're still learning yourself. A lot of times, I'm not saying all men, but a lot of times, that's what happens when we're young. The Bible calls it the sins of the youth. You're still learning yourself. So now sisters is like, hold up. It's a lot of immature young men still out here. Maybe we need to pick somebody in their 30s, 40s, or whatever the case may be, because they're going to take care of us. They're established. Our people starting to wake up and learn, because they seem to keep running over the men their age. And a man may say, well, she's only a little older than me by a few years. When they're in their 20s, the woman still runs over them. For some reason, a lot of time, not all situations, but they don't respect them. Very rare does this happen nowadays now, where you can find that couple that's the similar age and it works out. The world is just a different time. Right? So I'm going to tell you again, fellas, don't rush. Sisters, let a man find you. Do what you need to do and serve the Father. Learn from the aged women of the Most High. Okay? Learn how to be a good keeper at home. If you don't have your family or parents, it's okay. You got people in the church to learn and study from the lessons. It's okay. Don't think about it like it's a boring life. Do you see what's going on in the world? Homesteading is the next thing. Homesteading is not boring. You know how to put colors together. Let me tell you, you can homestead and make a simple life look amazing. If you know how to take things from the earth, clothing, sewing, doing things, and you master it, let me tell you, you are the commodity. You are the asset. So people, let me tell you, you go to some of these YouTube channels, it's white women making bread. They got their little bread factory doing, let me tell you, working this thing, sewing, doing all of that. Something that men like, wow, you can do all of that? Then you got the rest of these sisters walking around behind, and that's all they good for. Can't cook a dish. You know you had to get on YouTube and learn how to cook that meal. You wasn't doing that before YouTube. So let me tell you, I learned how to cook since I was 5. So I still let in all my girls. Let me tell you, my daughters cook a full meal at 10 years old. Period. And it's gonna have flavor. It's not gonna be lacking. Pizza, raw fresh meal flour is going down. Probiotic drinks from young. They straining kefir. They doing, let me tell you, it's going down. You teach your daughters because you have to give them over to a good man. And guess what? Daddy gonna make sure you find you a good husband. You don't got daddy, you got elders, you got uncles, you got a man who gonna tell you if he's a good man or not to join families. And it's all good to study YouTube. It's okay, but you got to drop your pride. If you still got some learning to do, this is what we got to be careful for the new age people who's making YouTube videos. They'll take a video from YouTube as if they've been mastered it and show it. No, I'm sorry. Say that you're trying this out. That's false. Don't take something from somebody from YouTube and act like you've been doing that. That's not right. You taking credit for somebody else's work. Say this and be real. I'm trying this recipe from such and such channel. Give them respect. It's better when you do it like that. I'm just telling you, dog. Like, not dog. I'm telling you guys. All right? I'm telling y'all. All right? Let's keep some integrity, respect, because that's called emulation. You're emulating people. Okay? That's why I tell y'all, too. If you hear something come out my mouth, ask me, am I using it? Am I dealing with it? Before you try to use my stuff. Because God gave me a way with words. Be careful. When I say something, that's for me. That's what he put in me. Okay? Yeah, be careful. Because I'm always going to have the fly language like that. But if I come out and see it, like, hold on, what's really going on? Did you come and holler at me about that? Well, Elder, you didn't trademark it. Listen, I don't step on my people's toes. So please don't step on mine. We got to learn to love each other as a people and say, listen, they holding it down with this over here. I'm a fill in the blank over here. And we're going to all work together and build this empire like Christ intended it to be. There's nothing wrong with giving credit. It's nothing wrong with when you learn something, not putting the other person down. When you put yourself up, you don't got to put nobody else down. We just got to really learn to love each other a little bit more. And we're going to get there. It's already written there. We're going to get there. So tonight, I'm going to leave it there. I got to start getting the call-ins again. I will do a show where you guys can just come and ask questions. But I want to do a part 2 to this. And I may have to, let me see what I had left. But I don't know if I need to do a part 2. I think you guys got it. But I wanted to go into Susanna and Judith and how they were great versions of women. But it's all good. We don't have to beat a dead horse. I wanted to go into, the testament of Judah and how Judah would fall modern day to these type of women. But it's all good. We go over those a lot. And how Reuben goes into the spirits in the testament of Reuben with his children about how to be careful for wicked women. We already know about the wicked woman of Sirach. So no need to beat it over the head. We really want to focus on how you actually go through the process of finding a good mate. Women don't need to find nothing but Christ. That's the man you need to find. When you find him, he's going to find you a man. And that man going to find you. Very simple. Okay? So, I'm going to keep it there. And like I said, I'll do a show really soon where it's just questions. So many people have questions about health. I will do a segment with that, but I'm going to tell you, if I do it on YouTube, I have to kind of do it in a certain way. I may have to do one show on Rumble. I am coming on the Academy about eating good foods and how it relates. Just you'll see me on the Academy, okay? I don't want to give it away, so you'll see me on the Academy. I'll be talking about a few things, but I will be doing a show very soon about the pros and cons of homesteading. And those of you who are homesteaders, you can call in to give your 2 cents about your experience and some of the pros and cons as well. We like to do these shows from time to time because this is where the world is going, and these are going to be some of the most important people on the earth. That's just the truth about it. So food is going to be money for the people who are not going to take the mark of the beast. Land, cattle, things like this is going to be money. But we do have to go into the importance of how to do things, the pros and the cons and the do's and the don'ts. I don't want to say the pros and the cons. I really want to say the do's and the don'ts. I did the pros and the cons before. I want to say the do's and the don'ts. That's what I'm going to do, all right? So a lot of people want to ask about health questions and stuff, how to get in shape, different things like that. I'm probably going to rent a private gym to do some basic workouts that people can do. Not for guys who are already working out. They already have it. It's like I'm not going to tune my show just for people who work out like me already. You could I'm doing it for the sick. I'm not doing it for you. You can watch my workout videos. And if you want to work out, let's work out. That's if you on point under your elders. Okay? But I'm doing a show for the people who don't know. Okay? To transition and advance them. To teach them discipline, consistency, and how they don't have to do all these crazy things they see on social media. how to eat a good diet, and how to, because everybody has their own version. There's no one right way. There's so many ways to do this, but I generalize it according to God's diet, as you know. And I'll be teaching that soon in the do's and don'ts of homesteading. So on that one there for the health, you can call in and ask questions. All right. So because this is very important. All right. So don't forget to go to historytimes.org. If you were not in the beginning of the show, we have a Hebrew and Bible Academy there. All right. Let me see here. I should already have it there. Excuse me. historytimes.org if you want to join our Hebrew and Bible Academy, okay? These are the lessons they're going to be teaching. All right, so for more information, make sure you go there. We have our feast coming up soon, Feast of Trumpets, Day of Atonement, Tabernacles. So looking forward to that right there. All right, so I'm going to get ready to get up out of here. And obviously, those of you, if you need health supplements, you already know where to go. Look up the benefits of everything you see on here, okay? Iodine, the iron anchor. A lot of people still don't know about the iron anchor. I'm dropping a lot of stuff on my home says site to complement some of this stuff. Man, your omegas, your multivitamins, your moringa, your ultra test for men who have low testosterone. I mean, we have it all on here. Ashwagandha, you better ask your daddy and your mama. Berberine for the gut. Vitamin K2 plus D3. Oh my goodness. We have another female enhancement gummies coming out, bringing that out. Emergency Immune. We got the mushroom blend. We don't market as fake mushroom coffee because that's not coffee. We got the same mushrooms as everybody marketing right in here. We just keep it straight to the point. Simple. All right. So we got the selenium and all this other stuff. It does so many different things. So make sure you go there to educate yourself. And if you have any questions, just make sure you come to us and we will tell you. You got kids, gummy vitamins, all that. All right. So I just wanted to put these things out there. We're going to get up out of here, guys. Elder Dell, I appreciate you hanging in there. You didn't have to do that. Shalom, everybody. Peace and blessings. We love you. And we're going to soon be seeing Zion like Elder Rawchaa always says, all right?
The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy. You're invited.